Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Ankeny Stadium. It is Derby night here in Ankeny, Iowa. It's the number 1 ranked Ankeny Hawks taking on the 6th ranked Ankeny Centennial Jaguars. Girls soccer up on tap here. Blake Walker, Justin Vorster with you here from Ankeny Stadium. It is a blustery, cool night here from Ankeny Stadium. Overcast skies. We expect showers here this evening. But, Justin, we get 2 top 10 teams that square off against each other. Ankeny's only beat the Jags twice in the time that this rivalry has been a thing, but they're the favorite here tonight, and for good reason.
Yeah, I mean, over the last couple of years, Centennial have failed to score against the Hawks. Hawks very tactical in the way they operate. Simon and Trev have got their squad organized in the way they play in a 4-2-3-1. They go man on man. They work out the strengths and weaknesses of the opposition, and they try to expose them. With Chris Allen, he does a wonderful job here with the Jags. He'll have him organized. He's changed the shape a bit in the 4-diamond too, to get the outside backs going forward, and that's what he looks to try and do. And I think it's going this game's going to be a tactical within the system game.
Talked about it. Ankeny Centennial ranks 6th in the IGHSAU rankings from last week. 3-1 record, wins over Iowa City West, Pleasant Valley, and Dallas Center Grimes. They're coming off a loss last week to Waukee Northwest 3-0. Ankeny currently 3-0-1, one tie, and that was against number 2 ranked Valley last week in a 0-0 tie. Wins over Pleasant Valley, Pella, and Cedar Falls. And we talked about the wind, 21-mile-an-hour wind gust out of the west. Headed to the east, southeast, and up to 34-mile-an-hour wind gusts. That's going to cause problems tonight, that's for sure.
It's going to be a game of set pieces, especially if you're going with the wind. Anywhere from the middle zone, middle third into the final third, anything on target, on height, you've got a good chance of scoring. It is going to have a factor. Although, I'm normally one, if the ball's on the ground going into the wind, you'll have an effect that way. The ball will hold up. It's not going to run to the goalkeeper. And you've got a chance there, especially with the athletic ability that Ankeny Hawks have.
It is going to be a challenge tonight. It's going to be a fun one. Your Derby game is coming up. Ankeny versus Ankeny Centennial coming up next on the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
Over 1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
Thank you for tuning into today's broadcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our live events. You can also follow us on X, Facebook, and Instagram in the description below for more coverage of Central Iowa high school sports and the Des Moines Menace. Now, back to the game.
Madison Bolshaitis. Number 5, McKenna Gray. Number 6, Addison Fair. Number 9, Adeline Kruska. Number 10, Olivia Kruska. Number 12, Emery Becker. Number 15, Maddie Postman. Number 16, Ava Martin. Number 20, Emily Conger. Number 23, Evie Boyle. And in goal, number 99, Riley Litchfield. And now, starting lineup for your Ankeny Hawks. Number 4, Sophia Kepo. Number 5, Presley Sullivan. Number 7, Marley Buchanan. Number 10, Allie Mackey. Number 12, Kirsten Peterson. Number 13, Isabel Squires. Number 20, Ava Paoli. Number 24, Kyla Shuffeld. Number 26, Sydney Van Howling. Number 29, Avery Taylor. And in goal, number 0, Claire Close. Ankeny Centennial Jaguars led by head coach Chris Allen, assisted by coach Sam Behrens, Danielle Jackson, Naomi Lopez, and Noah Schmelzer. Ankeny is led by head coach Simon Brown, assisted by Trevor Neary, Hannah Huron, Olivia Willis. And our referees for tonight, Trevin Pop, assisted by Jared Nelson and Ben Lloyd. At this time, we ask you to please rise if you're able, remove your caps for our national anthem.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
Over 1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
Thank you for tuning into today's broadcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our live events. You can also follow us on X, Facebook, and Instagram in the description below for more coverage of Central Iowa high school sports and the Des Moines Menace. Now, back to the game.
Welcome back to Ankeny Stadium. Blake Walker, Justin Vorster with you here. Ankeny versus Ankeny Centennial just about to get going. Ankeny Centennial tonight, 6th in the latest rankings, 3-1 record. They are in white with black numbers. Ankeny 3-0-1. They are in the maroon and gold here this evening, currently sitting at the top of the polls. We are underway here at Ankeny Stadium. It's a windy night, rain in the forecast, overcast skies. Don't expect to see the sun the rest of the evening. We are off and running here at Ankeny Stadium in what should be a good one. The Jags have not scored in this matchup the last 2 years. 2 years ago was rained out, but was 0-0 at the time. Did not score last year against the Hawks, where Ankeny won just one of 2 games they've won all time against Centennial, dating back to 2014. As things get rolling.
You see the long throw is going to be in effect here tonight with the Centennial. Part of their tactical plan, you'll see on the right-hand side.
Already in possession here for the Jags, trying to go after Ankeny defensively. And we get to see the senior goalkeeper, Claire Close, who has really been one of the best in the state, really, for how she's played.
She hasn't conceded so far this season. There was one game as the long throw comes in.
Shot on goal, just going to miss to the right, but it was last touched by Close, so we'll get our first corner kick of the night for the Jaguars.
Positive start from the Jags. Shot on goal, tipped away by Close for a corner. There's a possibility here for a short corner, as you can see.
They do that. They go right toward Close. It's bobbled on the ground. She wasn't able to grab it. Balashitis goes in for a quick second. Now go right back to the center. An awkward right leg drops right in the lap of Close. Addison Fair got a good chance at it.
Very, very positive starts here from the Jags. As you can see, they pressed high. They're pressing the box. But you know what you're going to find here is a very physical encounter. It's going to be end-to-end. The Hawks will press. They press high. They're well-tuned unit, to be honest with you.
Allie Mackey turns on it with the right leg, and it drops right into the lap of number 99, O'Reilly Litchfield, just the sophomore goalkeeper. You're going to hear Allie Mackey's name a lot tonight. 23 shot on goals this season. That's second in 3A. She's headed to the University of Iowa to play soccer.
Yeah, Mackey's going to be an influential part of the game here tonight. Obviously, they're going to look to get the ball into Mackey. She started on the right-hand side. I have no doubt that she'll move into an attacking role as this game goes on. As you can see, it was end-to-end, but a very positive start from the Jags. One with a shot. The long throw is going to be a tactical maneuver from them, as we saw earlier on, forcing a save from the goalkeeper. Claire, close.
And Centennial having to go against the wind here in this first half. Ankeny gets the wind to their back. We'll see how much that plays a factor either for both teams as we continue to go out of bounds, and we'll have another throw in here for Centennial. Or this one will go to Ankeny. And it looks like it'll be a long run up here for Sophia Kephart.
Again, another one into the penalty area, similar to a corner.
And got a whistle blown there on the far line. So Centennial get it back here for a free kick deep in their own territory.
Very experienced back line for the Jags. Center backs with Balashanitis and Boyle.
Comes a run up here on the near side, up for Emily Conger, and now taken right back away by Ankeny. This is a run out here by Kirsten Peterson, who turns it with the right leg and right into the lap of Litchfield.
Kirsten overlapping on the right-hand side. Player to watch out for. Likes to get forward. Maybe could have done better with that. Cut inside. And this is what you're going to find, the nerves and the players are all... It's a big match. You know, the rivalry games. There's going to be a lot of tackles going on out there. And obviously, with the Jags not scoring a goal in the last 2 years, a lot to play for.
Yeah, that stat, I'm sure, has been brought up a lot in practice, as we got a Hawk that hits the ground. So free kick opportunity here for Ankeny to go into the wind and make something of some offense here. Centennial had that really good first minute.
Centennial playing a high line right now. Now they're dropping off a little bit deeper due to the wind.
There's your kick. They had to hold it almost there for a second. Ball kept rolling away. Here's Mackey working on a couple Jag defenders, and it's taken right back away. Nice job by Centennial.
Mackey double team there with pressure and cover. Going into cover, which was cleared. She has the ability to... In those situations, Mackey should come inside and then outside with the outside of her foot into the penalty area. Just take on the defender 1v1. She's got the athletic ability to do it. She's got a heck of a right foot on it as well. Just get to the byline and sling it across.
That time was a little too overzealous. Got called on offsides. Looking out our window to the left, looks like sprinkles already starting to come down. So expect that here tonight as it goes.
Nothing like a windy, rainy night here in Ankeny. That's
just a perfect April evening. Here comes Ankeny trying to set something back up. This is Ava Paoli there with it for a second. Jags trying to get running here up ahead.
The switch to the far side is going to be critical. Lots of space on the far side. If it's seen early without even looking, Conga could have just played a left-footed ball over, across on the diagonal. Had a couple of players on the overlap.
They go near side here with Presley Sullivan. Now up to Paoli, knocked out again, and it will stay Centennial ball. He talked about it, Justin, those long throws. This is Ava Martin, hounded by Hawks, and now tries to go over to the far side of the field. Nice setup here for Centennial. Here comes the center, and Martin tried to head it, but just drops in the lap of close. He couldn't ask for anything better there. It felt like maybe the wind maybe caught it, but...
Yeah, the wind had an effect, but fantastic pass from Martin across, switching the point of attack to the other side. Isolation, 2 versus 1, the cross held up in the wind. Just unfortunately with the header. I mean, those are difficult ones to deal with. It was easy for Martin, for close at the end of the day.
Again, has not given up a goal this season. Very impressive.
Here's another opportunity here for the Hawks. I mentioned earlier about the free kicks in these areas. It's a little bit too far out, but I think they'll go for it and try and play that ball and deliver in behind the line.
It's going to be Sophia Kephart here, again, with the wind at her back. She isn't the one to take it. They try to center it to the middle. That one's going to be knocked out. Should be Centennial ball, and it is.
There was an infraction that the defender came. It's 10 yards from the ball. Before the ball is played, that should have been replayed again, actually, because...
There was someone 10 yards within.
Well, I mean, 3 yards within. It should have been retaken. I see Simon Brown and Trevor Neary down there questioning, and they have a right to question the decision. It should have been retaken.
So the Jags catch a break, but now the back line has to get to work trying to clear it upfield.
It's a good ball from Boyle, from 2 experienced centre backs with Boyle and Balashanitis.
Sullivan got it to Martin. Here's Martin at the midfield line, going to go all the way to the other side.
Look at the overlap on the far side. This quick switch is going to cause problems for the Hawkettes.
Maddie Postma was there for a second. Here's Postma again. Hits the ground, and here comes Ankeny.
It's good defending there. Across the line.
Hawks with the run out. Got about 4 on 5 here. Ava Paoli hits the ground trying to go backwards.
Paoli did well, committed the first defender. Should have played the ball into Mackie earlier.
Mackie somehow, well, I was going to say somehow kept it in, but rolls out. Centennial will get it right back.
Becker on the ball. She's going to be a major influence with the Jags tonight. She's got a job to do, just sitting in the space.
Olivia Kroska misses that one. You're going to hear both Kroska sisters' names here tonight quite often. Ankeny's going to get it again here. Just about 10 minutes gone by here in the first period. No score between Ankeny and Ankeny Centennial. I believe this is going to be Kephart. Yep, Kephart's going to be the one to make the long throw in here. Kephart fires to the right. They try for a header and drops into the lap of Litchfield. I can't tell who that was, but there was almost a collision back down there. I think it was Marley Buchan.
Well, I tell you what, brilliant delivery from Kephart. Litchfield did very well dealing with the ball in the air, because those are difficult ones to deal with, especially when you've got pressure on you, one with your own players defending, and then the attacking players come in. That's actually well played there in the middle third.
Mackey tried to get away with it, now sent back upfield by Addison Fair. No one's home for Centennial. And it looks like should be Ankeny ball, and it is.
There's a wealth of experience in the midfield there for the Jags with Becker as the holding midfielder. She's just going to sit in front of the 2 centre backs, just screening. She's also going to be the player that's going to play out and distribute. Postma to the right of her, Conga to the left, and Olivia Kroska is the 10, attacking midfielder. So lots of experience within the Jags team.
Adeline Kroska goes right back to the back line to Madison Balashaitis. Hawks trying to move here. And a little too far ahead. The wind's just going to carry that ball even on the ground, so no attempt there. And it is really raining now.
Well, I tell you what, lovely turn there from Ali Mackey, just with the outside of her right foot, eluding the defender, playing the ball through, but the recovery run from Crosker came through. She's playing it right back and just guided the ball out for a goal kick. But this is going to have an effect now. The wind's going to build up. As you can see, the Jags here building out of the back. They have the experience to do it.
We talked about it earlier in the broadcast, but just going to get modern showers here this evening, just on and off. And right now we're in the midst of a quick downpour here. Centennial trying to take advantage here on the far line. This is Maddie Postma trying to go on a run out, and a whistle is blown. It's like a foul on Postma. Can't tell who quite hit the ground over there for Ankeny, but
they didn't give it. Ref kept the play going, played advantage. That could have been a problem there with the square ball, but Becker did very well to keep it. Again, earlier on, the switch of play was a problem with the overload on the far side.
There's Ava Martin here in the middle for Centennial. Trying to get it ahead to Emily Conger, but Conger is not there in time. Knocked out, though. Centennial will get a throw-in opportunity. Centennial's best chance we've seen here in a while, besides that first, I'd say 30 seconds. They were really putting the pressure on the Hawks. That one's going to get cleared back downfield just a little bit further.
Yeah, it was a positive start. Close had to pull off a save, and then the corner.
McKenna Gray, the sophomore for Centennial, will throw in going back. Trying to get a score on the board here in the early going. 26:54 to go here in the first half. Ava Martin staying aggressive here offensively as Ankeny clears back the other way.
That's well played by the Jags. Combinations through the midfield to break the line into Martin.
Here's Martin, goes in between the legs of Isabel Squires. The center is not going to work as Ankeny had a couple defenders in the area, and it's cleared back the other way. A couple lucky bounces there for Ankeny there. Addison Fair in the middle couldn't get much going, but Centennial will get a throw in here.
The Jags in attack, 3 at the back, 3 in the midfield. So they're covering all the areas, the spaces, locking every single player in so the Hawks can't get out. As you saw earlier there with Becker, intercepting the pass. That's what it's about now. Reading the game.
Sophia Kephart got a little lazy with it, but is going to catch a break as it just rolls past the touchline. No one was going to be able to center anyway for Centennial. So Kephart will throw in on the far side. This one cleared back upfield by Emery Becker. 2 goals on the season for Becker. Haven't called her name a ton today. Jags trying to go back to the back line here and maybe get some work done. Evie Boyle back there. You got to give credit, though. Centennial's putting the pressure on early. I mean, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's part of their game plan is, come out of the starting blocks, press, win the ball as soon as possible, counter-attack. But they're more a possession-based team, as you can see how they play out of the back. But what I've noticed here is when the ball's on one side of the wide area and the Hawks are defending, they push all the players across. If the ball is switched, there's overloads on the far side, whether it's in the half space or the wide areas where the Jags can actually expose and overloads in 2v1s and 3v2s. So it's something just to watch out for. But I could see what Simon is trying to do with the Hawks is win the ball with overloads in certain areas to break out.
Couple throw-ins here, not quite corner kick territory. That one's going to be sailed high and long. And Centennial will give it right back to Ankeny. Surprising, because the wind has shifted directions now that I look at it. But
to to be honest, you could keep the ball there instead of shooting. You're off balance. I believe it was Kroska. When you're off balance in that, you had options to the left. You've got to be a little more patient as well.
Well, that got close.
See, Van Houwen has been replaced. We'll get clarification of who's come in.
Yeah, Sydney Van Houwen is out. Like you said, we'll try to figure out who checked in. Hawks moving here, though, downfield. Here's Mackey trying to go up against Emily Conger. It was Abby Steinkamp who was the one who came in for Van Houwen. Did they get a corner kick here, or is it going to be, I think it's just going to be a throw-in, I think. That might be. Oh, wait, it is Kephart. And, yes, it's a throw-in deep in the far corner here.
This is going to be like a corner, looking for the near post. Not quite what she wanted to achieve out of that one.
Emery Becker was there in the middle. Now come back over, or excuse me, Kyla Schopfeld in there as well. Here is Mackey. Tries to turn it and off the side of McKenna Gray. So a corner kick opportunity coming here for Ankeny, their first of the evening.
Mackey did well there, earning a corner out of it. But again, she was isolated 1v1 in the penalty area, in that half space area. Could have brought it down, take the defender on. She's got the ability to do it. But when we talk about the tactical dead ball situations, this is something that, as you can see how the players are set up in the penalty area, that the Hawks would have worked on.
Kephart, it's a low one. She gets it back, now fires over to the center, and it drops right into the lap of the goalie, Riley Litchfield.
Great technique there. The pass, the weight of the pass received by Kephart. Left-footed in swinger. What they're looking for, the wind behind them. Didn't quite get it, but into the far post could have been the option there.
Also worth noting, Allison Hawkins has checked in for Ankeny, and Kerrigan Miller has checked in for Ankeny Centennial. Ava Martin breaking free along the left side. Martin, though, runs into a herd of traffic. Nobody else was in the area for Centennial. Jags will still keep the ball, though. She had a battle there with Abby Steinkamp. Here comes your throw-in by Evie Boyle. Martin trying to swing it over to Miller. And now here's Kroska, Adeline Kroska. And Ankeny tries to clear. And I believe we got a handball over there. Almost 20 minutes gone by here in the first period. Still no score between Ankeny and Ankeny Centennial. Both teams have had their fair share of opportunities so far, but nothing rolling.
Kerrigan Miller will join the midfield here for the Jags. As we can see, another sub down there ready to come in.
That'll be Maddie Postma waiting as the Hawks have the throw in here. Hawks trying to get something rolling here. Trying to get it to their star, Mackey. There she had it for a quick second, but Centennial all over it. They got about 2 girls on her everywhere she goes.
Yeah, they'll go man-on-man with Mackey. That's the plan. She's playing out on the right-hand side. Traditionally more an attacking player. At some stage, depending on how the game goes, she'll probably go into more of an attacking role, whether it be an attacking midfielder in a 10 or up front. I've seen that before.
Here is Mackey here, trying to work her way upfield.
She didn't have any options there. She's done well to keep the ball because no one showed for it. They all ran away, and she was well blocked off there with the first defender and second defender.
There's a long kick let down the pitch. Marley Buchan chasing after it and able to keep it away is Evie Boyle.
Boyle did well there, shielding the ball out. Didn't panic, and I think that's just with experience as well.
Maddie Postma will check in here for Ankeny Centennial, and I believe it's Addison Fair checking out. Kick up field here for Centennial. Now another high one going back the other way, and Litchfield will come up and make the play. Riley Litchfield, just a sophomore, a kicker for the football team. Hawks trying to keep it out, but Centennial gets another throw-in opportunity here, trying to move it back up the field. Another one going to roll out. Now we go back the other way for Ankeny.
As you can see, it's ball in the air is not going to work. It's going to go anywhere. I mean, both teams, they've got the ability, player for player, to get the ball on the ground and move the ball on the play it into feet. The ball into space is going to be difficult, especially with this wind. Sometimes it can be a horrible match. But on this turf, get the ball on the ground and play it into feet.
Mackey trying to go on a run out here, but Centennial's all over it. Nicely done by Emery Becker and company to clear it. Here come the Jags trying to go on a little bit of a run out here. A lot of green grass in front. I believe that was Krosky there for a second. Here's Martin. Krosky got it ripped away. Whistle is blown on a foul, and Ankeny will keep it. Good effort there by freshman Kirsten Peterson. Boy, she's been scrappy so far.
She did very well against Conger and Martin.
Kephart with the leg will send this back down the field. But a really nice header to stop that one from going anywhere by Becker. Isabel squad. Jags are going to want to move, and they do.
Good defending on the far side there from Peterson.
And a whistle is blown on a foul.
Just notice with the build-outs from the Jags, they allowed time and space. The center forward for the Hawks is not showing one way. She's coming straight onto the player on the ball, which is primarily it's gone to Evie Boyle, and Boyle's been able to play to Balashanitis. So if you have a look here, you'll see Buchan closing down, but she's got to cut off one angle. So that's better there, and then the press comes in. So the Hawks are very good on the press and showing one way, but earlier on when it goes into Boyle, Boyle's able to switch it back to the other side, and that means Balashanitis, whose quality on the ball, will have enough time and space.
Sun has made its way back out here at Ankeny Stadium. That's just the weather that we're dealing with here tonight. That one's going to roll out, and it's going to be a throw-in opportunity here.
Not going to complain about a little bit of sunshine.
I know our cameraman and camerawoman.
We feel good in here. That's for sure.
Marion and Isaiah definitely got to like it. Shout out to our Marion and Isaiah brethren. The cold, the warm, the wind, the rain here tonight. There's a really good throw-in, but just off the head, a little too much for Marley Buchan.
Let's just add the sun to the goalkeeper and the eyes with the wind. Make it a little more difficult.
And that might have been what caught Marley off guard there. Olivia Kroska will check out here for Ankeny Centennial, and Addison Fair checks back in.
That's well played by the Jags, just breaking the press on the far side. Good defending, though, from the Hawks. Maintaining, try to win the pressure, win the ball back.
Long kick back upfield by Kephart. That Jags back line, you talked about it. I mean, really seasoned on the back line.
Yeah, very well experienced. Balashanitis can play in the midfield as well, and she's effective. She's good at winning the ball. She's very athletic, good on the ball, can make good decisions.
Kicked up in the air by Emery Becker, and somehow going to stay in here for the time being. Hawks trying to center here, maybe get a run out up ahead. This is Mackey. Nope, this is That was number 20, Ava Paoli. Now here's Mackey with the ball. Allie going to work it upfield, now over to Paoli. Centennial, though, really good defense, up ahead by Balshitis. There's kind of a weak dribbler there to the right side. I don't know if she really wanted to shoot that or if it was just kind of a misjudgment.
That was well read by Peterson, though. Peterson did a great job there on Balashinitis winning the ball, because then you have one centre back out of position and you could try and expose them. But luckily for the Jags, the recovery of the midfielders was good enough.
Riley Litchfield, the goalie, thought she didn't have enough room to make that kick. But we play on. Centennial now trying to get a run out going.
It's a good turn there from Martin.
Ava with about 2 white jerseys with her, trying to work her way upfield. Kephart and company going to clear it right back up the field. Now right back into the lap of Emily Conger. But Peterson takes it right back. I'm impressed by the freshman, Kirsten Peterson.
Done very well.
It's going to run or roll all the way back to Litchfield. And she'll figure out where she wants to go with it. She walked out and then walked back into the penalty box. I don't know if we have a replay of that, but she walked out and then walked back in and didn't decide what she wanted to do.
So if she walked out of the penalty area with the ball in her hand,
that's what she did.
It's going to be a free kick just outside.
Wow.
The penalty area where she stepped out.
Well, Ankeny, they had one girl down there, kind of hounding her, just going to see what she would do. And then, Riley just walked out and then walked back in. So now.
Hang on a sec.
Are they going to reverse what they said?
No.
So now they're just going to let her kick it.
There was no free kick. There was no infringement on Litchfield.
Unless they changed something back, but.
The rule hasn't changed as far as the handball rule.
Well, Ankeny's going to try to take advantage here. Mackey hounded, and Centennial clears this one out.
Mackey had the option of playing the ball into Paoli. Should have done it. Play it into her feet. Make that run into the half space to get it back. That'll be more dangerous if it's done quickly. I'm just going back to that. I'm not sure if
I don't know what they changed about it, because all the Ankeny players came up and were expecting to be able to do a.
Is it different rules for high school now?
I don't know. A couple substitutions checking in. You got number 10, Olivia Kroska, checking back in for Centennial. Abby Stedich in for Ankeny, along with Van Howling for Ankeny. Just over 10 minutes to go here in the first half between Ankeny and Ankeny Centennial. Still no score. Ankeny's head coach still looking here. Simon Brown I think he's still wondering about that last.
He has a right to, though. That's an obvious rule.
Hawks trying to get a score up on the board. There's a little bit of a weak dribbler, but will work in the favor of Ava Paoli in the second corner kick of the day upcoming for the Hawks. And if I remember correctly, the first one not bad by any means.
With all the set pieces and throw-ins that the Hawks have had, they haven't quite capitalized on it. And that's part of their game here. Take advantage with the wind behind them. The sun's in the goalkeeper's eyes. As you can see, Litchfield with a glove just over the sight of her eyes.
Kick is on the way and knocked out of the way with her right hand. Nicely done by Riley Litchfield.
Very good save. Just palming the ball away from pressure. Out wide and away to the right-hand side of the penalty area. It was very well played.
Well,
this could be a problem here. This could be dangerous.
Maddie Postma trying to turn on it. Ava Martin's right there as well, but a lot of Hawks are around the area, and it's cleared out. Good save by Ankeny.
There's appeals for penalty, but it's definitely not a penalty. Good defending from the Hawks. Tracking back, numbers around the ball.
I think if Postma was a little bit faster, she might have been gone there on that far side. Still, Centennial gets a really good opportunity of a throw-in. Martin tried to get it to a header. A lot of bodies hit the ground. Here's a kick attempt that's going to go a little wide and to the right.
Boyle had to come around onto a right foot there, just leaning back. It was always going to be difficult, always.
About the same area that we had that earlier longer kick for attempt at a
Out of your
goal.
picture, Simon's still questioning the call. I mean, honestly, he has a right to.
Yeah, I'd be very curious.
I'm very curious about that. The ref's decision there.
Still asking him about it. Centennial's trying to make a attack here, but the Hawks are hanging tight here on defense.
Peterson did well there, just clearing the lines.
Adeline Kroska tries to get it upfield, but it's last touched by a Jag, and Ankeny will get a throw-in upcoming here. Fair, trying to work her way on the far touchline.
Again, closed down. 2 defenders dealing with it.
Centennial it feels like they just can't have enough numbers when they get up the field. Ankeny's just done a really good job getting back.
Yeah, the recoveries are good. They're very compact in the way they defend.
Another throw in here. A lot of Hawks in the area. A couple headers. Not going to work out in Centennial's favor. It's a goal kick upcoming here for a close.
So Boyle with another long throw, but the problem is it's one attacking player in there.
Oh, Ava Martin got ahead, and a goal is in for Ankeny Centennial.
Yeah, pulled back pass, unfortunately. Just falling short of the goalkeeper. Close. You do that in front of Martin. Martin pressing, showing inside. It's going to be an easy one. You've got to have the quality as you can have a look here. First pass bobbling, that's poor. The weight of the pass, everything about it was poor. So you take care of the details, close. Play the ball in with pace. When it goes in with no pace and it's slow, that gives Ava Martin time to close down. Then the ball play back wasn't even as good as that. It should have been cleared by close, but that's nerves. Ava Martin, with all the experience, will take advantage of that. And that's probably one of the easiest goals she'll get this season.
Well, and it was worth noting Abby Steinkamp is a freshman. She was the one that kicked it back. It looked like even on that replay, she never looked at Ava Martin, who was coming back the other way. So, wow, the first goal given up of the season for Claire Close is one of the easier goals that, like you said, Ava Martin will see. And the Jags take the 1-0 lead off of a mistake, a rare mistake, by this Hawks team.
Christmas come early for Martin. Tell you what, that should have...
Eyes wide open. I couldn't even believe it when it happened.
You know, first of all, Steinkamp, open your hips up and look the other way. You know, just looking one way, just playing it back in. But the weight of the pass, you've got to take care of detail.
Centennial starting to move again. That one, though, going to catch the official. Tried his best to get out of the way. 5:28 to go here in the first period. Boy, can Centennial maybe double up here. They're going to stay aggressive. That kick just couldn't quite get out there in time for Emily Conger. They go back to the back line, over to Evie Boyle.
It's a good ball. Good piece of play there from Boyle, switching the point of attack. Difficult one to deal with on the far side with Martin.
It was a little too far out. Centennial still got it here. It'll roll out, though, and now going to go to Ankeny. Throw in here. Jags are in the vicinity, and nope, it's going to stay in. Yep, stayed in. They didn't call it out, so here's Litchfield.
Look at the space that Belishanitis has to travel into. But the Hawks been really patient, waiting for the triggers to press, and that was a trigger to press when the ball went out wide to Gray with Pioli closing her down.
Pioli just goes a little too far, and that one go right back to Centennial here. Ankeny trying to make a push before the end of the half. There's a header gone wrong, and Centennial gets it right back.
I'm sure Chris Allen will be happy going into the half, 1-0 up.
Another ball high in the air. You talked about it. The way the wind's blowing, you just don't know where that thing's going to drop.
You know, the ball's just gone back into the same direction. Gray should have just looked the other way. Before you throw and look the other way quickly, because the option was on into Becker. Becker would have switched play.
Throw in over by Peterson. Ankeny just can't get anything rolling here in these last couple minutes. A couple unlucky bounces, if you will. And a couple substitutions as Marley Buchanan going to check in. Abby Stetich going to check out for Ankeny. Jags throw in with under 3 minutes to go in the first. Here's Mackey trying to work her way through traffic. Just barely got a kickoff. Now a turn and a fire and dropped into the lap by, not sure who was the one that shot it. I think Paoli was the one who took it. But a good job by Riley Litchfield staying on top of things.
The distance as well. I mean, you've really, really got to connect that from that distance.
If you're going to take it, you better make it.
Yeah, I mean, get the ball on the ground. It was bouncing and bobbling. That was easy for Litchfield. What a ball there.
Martin able to turn on it, and here comes Olivia Kroska. Kroska picked up, now back to the back of Adeline Kroska. Now centered in the middle by Becker, but just a little long. Nobody's going to be home for Centennial. This is going to roll all the way out. Now the Ankeny ball.
Yeah, as soon as Becker got that, I mean, there was no width on that on this near side here. There should have been width. As soon as the ball's played in, open it up.
You said it. Ava Martin's turn gave him a chance. I mean, it was really well placed.
But as I spoke about earlier on, exposure in the wide areas with the overlapping defenders on the switch has been absolutely brilliant for Centennial. They have exposed the Hawks in those areas, even between the left center backs and left backs, same on the near side here and switch of play. It's probably something that Simon's going to have to adjust at halftime, you know, going in. He might make a few changes, obviously going for the win here. I mean, 1-0 down, but he's still got time. He's got another 40 minutes after halftime.
Maddie Postma was the one whistled on the foul. Getting a little aggressive. She's a wrestler, so we can see it. So foul on the sophomore there. Under a minute to go. Ankeny's going to get a free kick here with the wind. Last chance they're going to get it. The ball was rolling because of the wind, and nobody even touched it. And Litchfield hops on top of it.
Balashanitis and Boyle, you know, they're good in the air. So anything played in the air has got to be one. Plus, the ball's not allowed to bounce there. That's rule number one. Now, be proactive, not reactive in both ways, attacking and defending.
Hawks with another throw in, but the wind's just not going to help him. It rolls out past the touchline again with 20 seconds left, and looks like Centennial might just stay conservative here to end the half. Got a substitution checking in. That was number 13, Kerrigan Miller checking in, and one more throw in here. And that will do it for the end of our first half. And a wild first half. That was quiet there for a little bit, but Ava Martin capitalizes off a mistake by the Ankeny defense, if you will. And it is 1-0 as we go to the halftime break. We will be back for a chat about what we've seen here in the first 40 minutes, and then we'll get you back for our last 40. Number 6 Centennial leads number 1 Ankeny. 1-0 at halftime. We'll be back. You're watching the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Save big this month on all new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Rams at DeArmond CDJR Ames. New Jeep Wagoneers with up to $13,000 off MSRP. Or get up to $16,000 off MSRP if you currently own a Ford. Brand new 2024 Ram 2500 Crew Cab 4x4 starting at only $42,990. And over 20% off on new Ram 1500 Crew Cab 4x4s. That's right, over 20% off. Save big here at the all-new DeArmond CDJR Ames.
it's hard to stop a train.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and if you've been thinking about upgrading that old wood or gas fireplace in your home or adding a new one someplace that you've always wanted, we have Central Iowa's best selection of wood, gas, and electric fireplaces. So if you've always wanted to add some warmth and beauty along with value to your home, come see us at Fireplace Superstore today. 10820 Douglas in Urbandale.
Getting your car serviced or repaired can be a pain. That's why Westside Auto Pros is committed to making it as painless as possible. If you wish, we'll come get your car at your home or office and return it when it's done. Or you can drop your car off here and we'll shuttle you to where you want to go. When we're finished with your car, we'll come pick you up and bring you back. If your car is going to be here for a few days, we offer low to no cost rentals.
So give us a call and say, I can't wait to have my car serviced at Westside Auto Pros.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V Plow and Impact Straight Blade, with the features the pros demand. Custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
Welcome back to Ankeny Stadium. Ankeny Centennial, 6th ranked, leads over number 1 ranked Ankeny, 1-0 at halftime. Blake Walker, Justin Vorster with you here from Ankeny Stadium. A blustery, rainy, sunny, all of the above. We've seen all of it here in the first half. Justin, it's the underdog, if you will. That's ahead, and it's because of an Ankeny mistake that they're a very good team, but you watch it here again. This is what's given Ankeny Centennial the 1-0.
I spoke about it. Look at that poor pass, second poor pass. Avery Martin gift. As I said, open your present now, Avery. Christmas come early, because that was poor from, or maybe just a lack of concentration, to be honest with you. But you're giving a goal away there after all the hard work, and credit to Jags. Go 1-0 up.
They've looked good so far. They've been aggressive here offensively. Ankeny has gotten a couple chances, 2 corner kicks that just quite haven't been able to put together. Riley Litchfield has played really well for Ankeny Centennial defensively. That's something that's really stood out. The goalie play by Centennial has been phenomenal.
Yeah, Litchfield's been brilliant, actually. I mean, that last save from the corner where she palmed the ball out wide, directed it away from the opponents attacking out into the wide area. It was a great piece of play, and, you know, with the sun in her eyes as well, I thought it could be a little bit difficult for her, but credit to her, she did well.
And you talked about it kind of while we were off air there, but the back line for Ankeny Centennial has really kept Allie Mackey in check. The senior just really hasn't been able to do a ton. I don't even think she's got a shot on goal here tonight.
No, I think at times she's doing too much. She just needs to keep it simple. Keep the details, do the details. She's been isolated 1v1 attacking in the wide areas, even in the half space areas, in the penalty area. Opts to go inside, but there's too much pressure there. She needs to take the defender on 1v1 down the line. She's got the ability to do it, and she's got the ability to score. I think Simon needs to push her higher up the field and play as a forward, where she's going to really be effective against Boyle and Belashanitis. Belashanitis and Boyle right now are cruising. It's like no pressure, nothing, making them look really, really good. Don't get me wrong, they are good players, but they need to be bothered.
Ankeny Centennial is 8-2 against Ankeny since the series began in 2014. Ankeny won last year's matchup. Centennial trying to get their 9th win of the series here. It's going to be a fun second half upcoming. Don't go away. We'll be back for your next 40 minutes. It's Ankeny versus Ankeny Centennial here on the Central Iowa Sports Network.
DeArmond Ford Indianola, your certified Ford Model E dealer. All month long, save big on our new 2024 Ford electric vehicles. Lease a new all-electric Ford F-150 Lightning for only $345 per month. Lease the all-electric Mach-E for only $299 per month. Plus, the new Ford Power Promise. Get a home charger with your purchase. Come see our electric vehicle specialist here at DeArmond Ford Indianola. DeArmondFord.com.
It's hard to stop a train.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and if you've been thinking about upgrading that old wood or gas fireplace in your home or adding a new one someplace that you've always wanted, we have Central Iowa's best selection of wood, gas, and electric fireplaces. So if you've always wanted to add some warmth and beauty along with value to your home, come see us at Fireplace Superstore today.
10820 Douglas in Urbandale.
Getting your car serviced or repaired can be a pain. That's why Westside Auto Pros is committed to making it as painless as possible. If you wish, we'll come get your car at your home or office and return it when it's done. Or you can drop your car off here and we'll shuttle you to where you want to go. When we're finished with your car, we'll come pick you up and bring you back. If your car is going to be here for a few days, we offer low to no cost rentals.
So give us a call and say, I can't wait to have my car serviced at Westside Auto Pros.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V Plow and Impact Straight Blade, with the features the pros demand. Custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
Welcome back to Ankeny Stadium. Blake Walker, Justin Vorster with you here. Ankeny and Ankeny Centennial going at it here on Derby night, if you will. Ankeny Centennial, the 6th-ranked team in 3A, leads the way over the number 1 ranked Ankeny Hawks. 1-0 is your score. Been a fun one so far. Sunny skies as of right now. Maybe we'll keep that here for the next couple hours. We'll see. The boys game coming up about 15-20 minutes after the conclusion of this one. Should be a good one. Here for the second half, Justin, Ankeny Centennial, obviously, it's weird how you put it because, yes, they lead 1-0, but the score was in such a different type of circumstance that obviously Ava Martin prepared for, worked for, knew what she needed to do to get that spot. But for Ankeny on the other side, what do they have to do here offensively to try to get a couple things figured out? Because all things considered, they've played a pretty good game defensively.
Yeah, they have. But one, they've got to figure out defensively how to stop the Jags switching the point of attack. I think that's going to be important because the Jags have been able to do it on numerous occasions and expose the Hawks in the opposite wide areas, in the half space areas, and they've done a really good job of it. So they've got to figure that out, get the angles right in how they close down and keeping the ball into one area. And that's what they want to do. But it's not working. The line's been broken and the point of attack has been switched. The key is Mackie.
Yeah.
You know, I spoke about that. If you get Mackie higher up the field, she'll be creative. And I think this is something Simon will adjust to. I think he will do that, and putting Mackie higher up the field, she'll be more effective.
Do you think we see anything different for Centennial, whether that be offensively or defensively?
I think keeping them mentally tuned in because they're doing a job right now. Although the goal was an unforced error, but Avery Martin, if you look at that, the angle of approach She was straight on, went from central to left to force the ball back to the keeper. But again, it's just the concentration, the lack of concentration, and it's all the detail that goes into it that's very, very important.
Ankeny Centennial 3-1 on the season, coming off a loss to Waukee Northwest, and looking good so far, all things considering. Ankeny came off that draw to Valley. It was a 0-0 match. What do you think of the ties this year? I guess I haven't asked you. You know, we can tie this year in the regular season. Postseason, you still play on like overtimes, but what do you think of the ties?
Well, I think it's a good rule. I'll tell you why. The season is so short, and the physical impact on the individual players can lead to injuries. The amount of games in a week, the training, some schools do periodization where they'll rest players and do regen and stuff, but it's quite a physical impact on these players. It's an overload. I do like it, and I think the high school association is going in the right direction.
It's always fun to watch. It's made nights go by quicker. I know some people appreciate that. It's 80 minutes on the dot. Unless you have a couple injuries, a couple subs, it's pretty much you're going to get an 80-minute match.
And that's what makes it exciting. When you get to the state, obviously it goes to overtime. Yeah. And then, you know, the golden goal rule, and then it goes into a penalty shootout. That's the exciting part. Not during the season. Just finish with a tie and move on.
We are set for a good second half upcoming. Ankeny Centennial all set and ready to go. Ankeny still in their huddle here. But I can see a lot of smiles down there. I don't think they're too nervous yet, too worried about it. They like their chances here in the second half. It's going to be a fun one here the rest of the way. And like I talked about, only 2 wins Ankeny has over Centennial since these two schools became a thing, or since Centennial switched off and now is its own school. That came in 2015 for Ankeny, and then in 2024 it rained out in 2023 and was not made up. So here we go. Ankeny will be the one to start with the ball. They're the ones in the maroon. Ankeny Centennial is white. And based off looking out the window here, we're not going to get sun for a little bit, so expect the cloudy skies to come back and the wind to stay aggressive.
As you can see how they're shaped up on the far side, they're going to deliver the ball on a diagonal, try and put Centennial under pressure.
Had about 4 girls there on that far right side. As Mackey has it here and tries to get it to Van Howling, now going to go all the way back the other way.
I see Mackey has now moved into an attacking role, just in behind the front 2. We've gone slightly wide.
Ava Martin trying to work her way upfield, cleared out by Abby Steinkamp.
Ava Pioli has moved to the left-hand side.
Now all the way back to the other side for Evie Boyle.
Miley Buchanan to the right.
Centennial trying to move this thing upfield. Now a quick turn and go by Paoli. Centennial's right there on top of it. Addison Fair trying to work her way on the near or far side.
Becca's done well there, just covering the space. That's her job as a holding midfielder, as you see her coming across again. But she's out of the picture now. As you can see, she's been replaced in that role by Kroska. All it is just rotating roles in the midfield.
Centennial trying to center, and that shot going to go just to the right. And Claire Close jumps right on top of it. Adeline Kroska was the one who attempted the shot.
Kroska, the right back, likes to get forward. She was in the central area, just outside the penalty box.
Her and her sister Olivia have been pretty close today. Here's Mackey, just couldn't get out in front. Nicely done on the back line.
And you want Bella Shanitis to be the defender there because Mackey was at pace. But that's experience. Bella Shanitis did well coming across.
Madison headed to Concordia St. Paul to continue her career in soccer. Centennial's going to get it here for another throw-in. Evie Boyle with a chance to really set things up here. And what would be a commanding 2-0 lead.
She has a short one. I'll go short, to be honest with you.
She'll try a little bit longer. There's a header in the middle, but no one's home. Centennial had it set up nicely. but didn't have anyone there. That one's going to be sent and kicked high and long by Emery Becker. Those long kicks, Centennial's tried now 3 tonight, and for them, it's been the same outcome every single time.
It bothers me, to be honest with you, because you can bring the ball down and start again. You've got a number of maroon jerseys behind the ball. It's got to be a special strike from there. I'm saying that now, but watch. Someone's going to
hit it.
Someone's going to prove me wrong in the next 30 minutes or so.
I swear I see longer shots at the state tournament. There's always that one.
But you see how many are wasted?
Oh, yeah.
It's like, take care of the ball. Don't panic. You see the goal, and it's like, wow, I need to take a strike, and you don't have to.
Van Howling with that big left knee brace. Going to send this one up and out. Centennial gets it right back, and a throw in here for Adeline Kroska. 2 goals on the season for Adeline. Ava Martin's goal earlier tonight was her 3rd of the season. Also an assist. She's the only one on the team besides Emily Conger who has a goal and an assist. And Martin, we've seen, very talented on the soccer field. She's actually going to Missouri Western to play basketball.
So look at the numbers here. There's more maroon jerseys than white jerseys, as you can see. Dealing with that long ball. And Ava Martin still comes away with it.
Had the win, too.
She just needs support underneath her. To turn on the spin like that and strike it, she's slightly off balance again. You just got to get it right.
Ankeny had someone right there. Hawks trying to clear, but Ava Martin, I mean, she's everywhere. She is almost, she's the only one, it feels like, over there at times. Rolls out, Ankeny ball.
She's here. She's there. She's everywhere. That's a great, the old football chants from the Premier League.
Centennial trying to keep it in, and Ankeny will go back the other way. Over on the far line, that was Addison Fair. Now centered in the middle.
Ideas there. Just a little bit too much on the weight. Weight of pass.
Goal kick upcoming here for Ankeny. And Claire Close. Well, coming into today, she was 1 of 3 not to give up a goal in 3A. Obviously, that has changed, but she gets a kick here.
See how they set for the press as they force inside?
But again, almost flirting with danger there for a second.
Yeah, but very well done. Credit to Close now. She's learned from her mistakes, and that's what it's about. The game's about mistakes anyway.
Another high kick that's going to miss to the left.
And it's how you learn from your mistakes, going back to that. I mean,
Emily Conger was the one.
I've made mistakes when I played as well.
It might get it. Close will fire that one short, and the wind caught that one the wrong way, and luckily not an opportunity for Addison Fair. Martin trying to chase it down and is somehow able to keep it in. Nicely done by Ava.
Look at the counter press there from the Jags. Very, very well done. Numbers around the ball.
Ooh, they might get numbers now if they get a chance. This one's going to go upfield to Ava Paoli. And knocked out. Nicely done by Emery Becker. Because Mackey was going down the field.
Yeah, Mackey's run away from the ball was correct. Just taking defenders away, working off shoulders, keeping Belashanitis honest. But now she's pinned up, and that's what you got to look for now is getting Mackey higher up the field.
That one last touched by an Ankeny Hawks, so Centennial gets it right back. Hawks trying to get some offense rolling here. Centennial's done really well defensively. And was it last touch? Yeah, I think a handball is what they're going to get the call.
Squires did very well there, winning the ball. Not very tall, but has an absolute spring about her. Got some power behind that header. Look at that again. This Jag switching the point of attack.
Wind's still playing a factor. You can definitely tell when it's on the turf. Ball's going to carry just a little bit longer. Mackey's going to chase after it here. They're going to go all the way back to Litchfield. And Riley knocks it out. And Ankeny, if they can get numbers upfield, nobody's really there. Now they're going to get everybody up.
Belashanitis got a lot of pace as well. It's going to be a great matchup there. Litchfield could have put a foot on the ball. I know it's easy to say from here, but with Mackey streaming down.
Kephart was on the throw-in. Ankeny Centennial tries to clear. A lot of players in one single area. Van Howling gets it knocked high in the air. Now Kephart with a header, and Centennial gets it right back.
Just the bounce, the touch is just eluding certain players there. I mean, get that ball under control earlier. Again, it's sense of panic. Just shoot. Just shoot. It's a nice ball played for Balashanitis out wide there.
Mackey tries to go in with a slider, and here comes Ankeny on a run out with a chance to move, then taken right back away by Centennial.
That's a good press there earlier on from Paoli.
Here comes a run out for Paoli. Can she turn it with the left? She does. Mackey couldn't get there to the center, though, in time. Was it Balshaitis again who was there in the middle? I believe it was.
Yeah. Great run there from Paoli, beating the defender, getting to the byline, cut back. Mackey made one run. They needed the late run into the penalty area. It wasn't there. And this is the thing off the ball. Movements and actions, be proactive, make the late run. You've got to take risks. Not really a risk, it's just getting numbers in there.
Long throw downfield and another high header. Matty Postma and company were there. We got headers galore there.
Yeah, I'd like to see the ball on the ground, to be honest with you. Squires did well there, keeping the ball.
Avery Taylor and company were in there. There's Mackey with it here.
There's the switch as well.
Here's Peterson. Tried to get it out in front, but way far out in front was Marley Buchanan, and that caught her off guard. There's an awkward ball off the head. Centennial's got about 2 on 4 here. Martin can't get there in time, but they'll have another chance. Shot misses to the right. Another long shot by, that time, Olivia Kroska. Missed all last year due to a torn ACL. Back this year, she's headed to the University of Denver to continue her soccer career. Ankeny trying to get it out of their own territory here. Comes a run down their line, and a whistle is blown. Foul on Kroska.
Squires did well there.
10 minutes, over 10 minutes gone by here in the second half. 30 minutes to go here in this one. Centennial leads over Ankeny. 1-0 is your score, and a free kick opportunity here for the Hawks.
The distance is here. Into the wind. I can see this ball dropping short. Not a bad ball, though.
Mackey still got to it, but she's got a herd of Centennial defenders around her. Who was it last touched by? It was last touched by Centennial. Did not catch an Ankeny leg.
Boyle just coming across. As you can see, it's either Boyle or Balashanitis.
It's one of those two.
That are picking up Mackey. You can see it here. Boyle's going with Mackey right now. She needs to get goal side.
Ankeny's going to have nightmares about him here this evening based off what we've seen so far. Kephart will throw in here for the Hawks. Going to need a good one.
Balashanitis with the clearance. Again, I spoke about Balashanitis and Boyle, good in the air.
Ankeny crowd thought it was out on Centennial. Centennial gets it back quickly. They're going to let it roll, and that will go back to Ankeny.
If they go back, they can switch play quickly to the other side.
Van Howling was right there. Now Centennial trying to move it back upfield. That got around Martin. Close is going to come up and kick it back the other way. But it didn't carry a lot because of the wind.
See Boyle just pressing. Lets it go to a certain point.
Moving upfield here is Boyle. Now trying to get it right back in the middle of the Kroska. And cleared out from the back by Balshaitis. I tell you what, it feels like Ankeny has not spent a lot of time on Centennial side of the field. Like it really feels like Centennial has been on Ankeny's side quite a bit.
Well, you know, when you look at this Centennial team, they've got some experience in there. Their backline is experienced. I mean, I've spoken about the two center backs. Their left and right back like to get forward. I mean, they do have experience in this team. And, you know, I'm seeing good things with this side here as well. I mean, but in a bit, you're going to see the Hawks like that, Mackey putting pressure on Boyle. You're going to see them up their energy, and they're really going to start going for it at 100 miles an hour. It's going to cause some problems. And I've seen it happening with Mackey already because she's playing higher up the field in more of an attacking role. There's going to be a point where I would just put her on the back line.
Kephart clears that one out. Ankeny Centennial will get the throw in here. And what a rebound this would be for Centennial. I mean, really blitzed the other night by Waukee Northwest, who is a very talented team and has jumped up the rankings quite a bit here recently. But a 3-0 game of a loss to Northwest, and then to turn around here trying to pull something off here against this Ankeny team that up there with Valley, many have regarded as the best two teams. Here comes a chance for Centennial that's cleared last second. Another long ball going to miss to the left. I believe that was going to be Conger, who was over there on that far side, maybe. Yep, it was. I just couldn't find it.
Steenkamp did really well there because Conger was cutting onto a left foot. Steenkamp just managing to clear the first phase, and then the second shot by Centennial went over the crossbar, but you can hear that wind.
Is it picking up? I'll check here when we get a break, but sure feels like it might be picking up. Ooh, nice ball here for a chance for Addison Fair, working her way around defenders. Can Fair turn it in time? It's out. Is it going to be a corner kick? Yes, it is. Nicely done by Addison Fair.
Addie Fair did very well there. Again, I spoke about taking players on in the penalty area. 1v1 isolated. Did very well there. She's on for a short corner right now if they play it early and quickly. I mean, it's on.
Second corner kick of the day for Centennial. Again, they have that short option if they want it with Kroska. Kick on the way. The wind, though, really carried it. Martin with a chance and puts it in the right back corner. Ava Martin's got her second goal of the day.
Again, dangerous corner, in swinger. Difficult one to deal with. Hawks failed to clear their lines. Tried to, but look at this again. Martin did really well. And that's just a chance. Ball just bobbles, bounces in a way. She's technical enough, puts it past close into the closest left-hand side corner. Was well taken, but those are little chances you take. Was it a good goal? It was a scrappy goal, but they count.
You take it. That time with the left leg. And Close, who, like we talked about, had come in not giving up a goal in the first 4 matches for Ankeny, has now given up 2 here today, and both to the senior Ava Martin, who has now doubled up her goals on the year. She's got 4.
So you see here, like, the ball was played in, and actually Balashanitis' worst ball of the night, I'd say, but well dealt with. But that ball's played through, and Balashanitis receives it, and it's easy for her, just plays it out wide. Nobody is pinning her. No one's pinning Boyle. I think if you can you've got to take a chance now. If you go man-on-man up front on the back line of Centennial in the opposite way, you might make something of it. You're taking a risk, but at the end of the day, if you lose 2-0, 3-0, it doesn't matter. See, like, there's nobody there. Just get someone higher up. See? So just somebody to work both center backs.
Centennial trying to keep it moving. Wide up ahead is Kerrigan Miller, and Kerrigan can't get there. Rolls out. It'll be a goal kick here for Ankeny, who now find themselves trailing 2-0. And, I mean, do you hit the panic button yet? Or do you, how do you go about these next 23 minutes here?
Well, the Jags are playing with confidence right now. 2-0 up. They haven't been in this situation in quite a while, I would say 2 years, 3 years.
Low liner to the right back line. And once again, it's Olivia Kroska who knocks it in. And it's all Centennial. The senior, Olivia Kroska, who missed all of last year with a torn ACL, comes back and knocks in her first goal of the season.
Look at that layoff from Martin. Absolutely brilliant. But the strike with technique, the follow through into the bottom corner. Close couldn't do anything about that. Absolutely brilliant. It's just the layoff and the detail in the layoff. Well weighted. And that was a beautiful strike there from Kroska. And sitting out the whole of last season and coming back and strengthening the side here. I'm sure there's some happy smiles down there for sure.
6th ranked Ankeny Centennial. Currently blitzing the number 1 ranked Ankeny Hawks here on Derby night. 3-0 is your score. It's all Ankeny Centennial here in this one.
So you asked me earlier about what do the Hawks need to do. I spoke about confidence and momentum, and this just urges the Jags just to up their level.
Yeah.
You know, but there's still time. 22 minutes to go, and I mean, the Hawks might come up with some magic. You get 1 goal, it's 2 goals. That's all it takes.
But Ankeny's got to go quick. Centennial once again with it here in Hawk territory.
They better go back to the first half decisions. And, I can go to that decision the referee made on the drop ball, which should have been a free kick. It can emotionally affect players as well, because you get pulled away from what you should be doing out here.
Well, and it was a deal for Ankeny Centennial.
That's a good press.
We had talked about it the last 2 years. They hadn't scored in this match. And now they put up 3. But here comes Ankeny trying to respond. And Mackey trying to get around one. A lot of hand fighting. And a whistle is blown. It's going to be a free kick here. Mackey and Adeline Kroska, they disagree.
That transitional moment there was much better from the Hawks. You saw the overlap from Mackey and the runs off the ball, the vertical runs off the ball to stretch the back line, and that's what they've got to start doing, really take advantage of that. But you look at this space here Mackey has on this free kick.
Yeah, back.
And it's an in-swinger as well. I'm looking at Litchfield now, her positioning.
Mackey shot. Drops right in the lap. It had no movement on it, and Litchfield grabs it.
A bending ball on the ground into that central area there, into the wind with the runs onto it. Could have been effective. That ball was going to hold up in the wind anyway, and Litchfield, being an experienced goalkeeper, dealt with it well.
Hawks trying to get something going to at least eat into this lead just a little bit. Here's Paoli. Got around one. Now hits the ground. Really good defense there.
Well, I felt that tackle up here from Boyle, that's for sure.
Boyle made sure. Now they try to center it back. Nothing going there for Balshitis in the vicinity. And here's Peterson.
The Hawks, they've just got to move that ball quickly on the ground. Keep shifting the Jags.
Mackey hounded by Emery Becker.
It's a nice combination there out.
Centennial clears up field, and it doesn't go out. Ankeny's there to respond, though. Under 20 minutes to go. Here in this one. Abby Stedich over there for Ankeny. Centennial going to try to push it back down the field.
Mackey's done very well there. Good defending though from Kroska.
Centennial should have an opportunity to move this thing back. McKenna Gray got around one.
McKenna Gray did well there, just putting her foot on the ball to draw pressure in and then explode past the defender.
Martin gets it to Kroska. Now Kroska thought about a long shot. She goes right back over to the other side. Around one goes McKenna Gray. She's got a chance to center and misses to the right.
oozing with confidence. Kroska opted to go onto her left foot, but she did have Miller to the right-hand side of her on the edge of the penalty area, isolated. As you see Miller coming off.
Maddie Postma will check in for Ankeny Centennial. And a goal kick here for the Hawks. That wind didn't help them there, but they got a decent kick, but Centennial's got chances here. Back to Becker. Now here to the near side to Kroska, Adeline Kroska. That one just going to roll out. Ankeny ball.
See, when the ball's on the ground, it's so much more cleaner. You can combine with your teammates.
They go backwards on the throw, and that allows Centennial to stay right with it. Martin trying to turn and sneak her way through. Ankeny able to clear for the time being. Marley Buchan was the only one back there. Now Ankeny trying to get a run going.
Boyle opting to play the ball out wide. She could have kept possession where she had Belashanitis just underneath her.
Kyla Shopfeld in over there on the far side for Ankeny. Centennial trying to clear. That time they do for Balshaitis. Mackey couldn't get a hold of it, and now Centennial trying to clear this thing back upfield, but Mackey continues to hound. Clock keeps ticking here for Ankeny to try to make a rally in the late goings of this one.
Again, good defending. Peterson for the Hawks has done really well on the right-hand side as the right back.
And despite the 3-0 lead, it doesn't look like Centennial has changed how they're playing. I mean, they're still very aggressive.
I would say this would be the time to do it.
Yeah.
Mackey, she's still short. She needs to get higher up, push players on between the lines.
Long kicks back and forth. This is going to be dangerous here for Steinkamp. Ava Martin, the senior, against the freshman. Ava almost bumped her out of the way, said, I can get going.
Lovely little ball between the lines there.
Got a lucky bounce, but no one's home for Ankeny. Here comes a run-up and kick out by Litchfield, but it will be Ankeny ball. Throw-in upcoming for the Hawks. 16 minutes to go here in this one. Eva Boyle trying to keep that thing in. Did not. Another throw-in. Looks like it's going to be Sophia Kephart again here throwing.
Yeah, they need to get more numbers in there to win the flick-ons. I'm just looking to top of the penalty area with the runs coming in. You need somebody on Belashanitis just for that ball going in. You have to pin her.
Centennial with green grass in front to try to make something happen. Here's a near side ball for Miller. Knocked out, stays in. Here comes Centennial on a throw in. Nope, substitution. Ava Martin will check out, get a breather. Great minutes for her tonight. 2 goals already for her.
Addie Fehrenbergen are the replacements.
You got a throw in there, and Ankeny gets it right back off the bounce.
I'd say a well-earned break there for Martin, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I don't think she has checked out.
She's put in a shift here tonight. 2 goals.
Hawks got one behind here. Shopfeld up ahead to Buchan. Marley shorted it just a little bit, though. Hawks trying to stay aggressive here. Here's Mackey. Back over.
Squires has done really well there. She won the first ball in the press.
Avery Taylor tried to go after an attack and got denied, kicked out, and now a throw in here for Ankeny.
So this is going to be a long throw. Looking at the line. There's 1, 2, 3 players in there. They've got to get the second player in behind for the flick on.
Throw by Kephart. Headed up in the air, but not in the direction that Ankeny wanted it. This works out for Centennial. This is a long, high kick up in the air. Paoli trying to get underneath of it. Tries to turn it, nothing going. Couple players trip over each other, and that one's going to go wide and to the right.
That was Mackey just sitting outside the penalty area.
Van Howling is going to check in for Ankeny. As we'll get the number here for a second for who's coming out for the Hawks. But Van Howling is in.
Buchanan. Yep.
So Marley comes to the bench. Centennial clears this one up the line and actually is going to go quite the distance before Ankeny can throw it back in. .12:42 to go here in this one. Ankeny Centennial trying to pull the upset here over the number one ranked Ankeny Hawks. And they always say for this game, doesn't matter what sport, throw out the rankings, throw out the records. It does not matter between these two schools.
It's such a rivalry.
It is. We see it in football, we see it in basketball, baseball, softball. It does not matter. They're aggressive every time.
Chess.
Chess well, they might. I'd be curious to see what the chess records are between these two. Good job there by Adeline Kroska. Couldn't quite get it there in time, but Ava Martin gets her quick substitution. She'll jump right back into the match.
Yeah, and Kroska comes back into the back line. Martin looking for a hat-trick. I'm sure she would love a hat-trick.
I'm sure she would.
In the derby match.
Largest margin of victory in this match in the 11 games that these two teams have played was 4-0. Both went to Ankeny Centennial. So
in her senior year as well.
Yeah. I think that's really the coolest thing of it. Centennial has taken care of the Hawks since the history between these two teams became a thing. Have only lost to Ankeny twice, Centennial has, last year including, in a 1-0 game. But the Jags have really come out swinging here today and are 11 minutes away from an upset. Here's a free kick opportunity that's going to bounce high in the air. Didn't get the bounce that Centennial wanted, though.
Brave defending in the penalty area.
Ball is still up for grabs here. There's a shot attempt that's going to just go high for McKenna Gray.
Yeah, fair effort from McKenna Gray. Created the space on her left foot. Just didn't quite get the dip on it. See Centennial dropping off here, forcing them to play short.
Van Howling sends that one over to Presley Sullivan here on the far touchline.
Balashanatis playing really deep.
There's Peterson, not going to quite get it. Now Sullivan back to Mackey. Run out on the far line for Ankeny, trying to get something. But rolls out, Centennial gets it right back. Don't forget, probably about 15-20 minutes after the conclusion of this one, the boys' match will get started between Ankeny and Ankeny Centennial. Should be a good one, just as this one has been.
Yeah, Hawks won that last year as well, 1-0.
Going to see some really talented athletes on both sides of the ball for both teams. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But under 10 minutes to go in this one. Avery Taylor trying to push it upfield here for Ankeny. Van Howling a little bit awkward off the leg here, and Centennial gets it right back. One thing's for sure, the wind has shown no signs of dying down, so the boys will definitely have to deal with what the girls have. Maybe not rain, we'll see. Taylor with the takeaway. And trying to get it up to Paoli.
That should look like a corner, to be honest with you.
Yep, and it is. It's going to be the third corner kick of the day for Ankeny.
There's a good press there from Paoli on Boyle. Boyle just trying to shield the ball out. That's all it takes, is just get your toe around and deflect the ball out for a corner.
So Kephart will be the one to throw in here.
Goal kick, I believe. And it's going to be an in-swinger.
Kephart will line this one up. She's got the wind going at her back, really, all things considering. Kick is on the way. It's a longer one, but it just doesn't work out, as maybe, I believe that might have been Taylor over there that just kind of dropped off her knee. It was actually Presley Sullivan.
Yeah, she didn't realize it was going to drop to her. Just from a technical standpoint, just get your foot to it, get into the ball. She just kind of backed off and just let it hit her body. It was easy to deal with.
At this point, Centennial probably just going to keep playing keep away here. Like you talked about, Ava Martin sure would love a third goal here for a hat trick. Ankeny keeping the press on here. Isabel Squires right there for a moment.
Well played there by Mackey under pressure, just to break the line.
Taylor trying to get it up ahead to Van Howling, and Centennial's all over it.
Mackey's everywhere winning the ball.
Yeah,
seen her up front. I've seen her tracking back, winning the ball.
Peterson hits the turf. Ankeny trying to run out here. Up ahead was Sullivan. And cleared out, at least for the time being, by McKenna Gray.
Kephart on another run from centre back to take a throw in deep inside Centennial's half. Take advantage of this, just get numbers in the penalty area.
Throw in here for the Hawks. It's intended for Van Howling. It's going to drop. Nobody touched it. Van Howling never had a chance to touch it, and it's picked up by Litchfield.
You look at the detail there as Balashanitis got on the half turn, shielded the ball into Litchfield. Just small details to take notice of. The understanding and awareness of where your goalkeeper is.
Mackey tries to get it upfield. Centennial's all over it. Again, Jags just kind of in a rhythm here, kind of on cruise control, trying to hang on to this lead. There's a whistle going to be called on Adeline Kroska.
Kroska just flying into the back of Paoli.
Free kick opportunity here for Ankeny. Going to have a lot of probably mass substitutions coming in here. Ankeny Centennial's got a couple ready. Madeline Stribe is waiting. Josie Ellinger also waiting. As this one, Ankeny Centennial will be able to celebrate over. Just over 5 minutes to go in this one. Trying to close things out here at Ankeny Stadium.
Yeah, just a matter of formality. Trying to get some of the bench some games here. Minutes, I'd say, especially in the local derby, 3-0 up.
Yeah.
It's going to take a lot for the Hawks now to come back from this.
And if things hold, it'll be back-to-back games, 160 minutes straight, if you will. Ankeny has not scored. They're trying to keep that from happening. Ava Paoli.
Tracking back was Boyle, did very well. Just did enough there. That's going to be offside if the ball goes forward.
Sophia Kephart staying aggressive there up against the sophomore, Josie Ellinger. Couple more substitutions. Piper Zeman is in for Ankeny Centennial. A 14 is in for Ankeny Centennial, but I don't have a number 14 on my roster. So, not sure about that one. That one's going to roll out. Centennial will have a throw-in chance here.
4 minutes to go. This will be a moment to keep the ball. And that's actually going to be a corner.
Third corner kick of the night for Ankeny Centennial.
As you can see the corner flag there, you can imagine how
there's
howling wind.
It's
here.
been whipping. It has been whipping. And it's going to get cooler as the sun has gone down. Not much out of that corner kick.
But they're keeping the ball just to
there's
run the time down.
Yep.
But what they could do is actually Boyle just threw the ball at the opponent's head. They're going out for a corner.
Boyle threw it.
But it was it malicious? She's got a yellow card for it, so
I guess.
Here comes another change.
Who was that for Ankeny? It was Paoli. I haven't seen that. Evie Boyle is going to check out. I think she's trying to explain to...
Just out of your picture, explaining how what.
Yeah, Coach Allen,
didn't do that on purpose.
I think that's what Chris was asking. He's like, what was that for? That one centered there for a second. Centennial's not going to be able to get anything out of it. Be a goal kick here for Ankeny.
Again, you don't let the ball bounce in the penalty area, but luckily for the Jags, didn't have any effect.
Hawks trying to run a little bit more here. In the middle there was Isabel Squires. She's got a lot of speed to her.
Again, composure from Belashanitis. Just playing the ball between the lines, finding the correct foot to turn out.
Short throw in, working their way up that far line. A couple of big minutes here for Piper Zeman, the junior.
Good recovery runs, defending there from the Hawks.
Avery Taylor was there for a second. Now weaving through traffic, Madeline Stribe for Centennial. A lot of legs within.
Look at Mackie again, coming across to win the ball. I think the option was to our near side here on the left. Try to go across the grain.
She's looking Paoli's way, but just nothing there. Aggressive ball by Adeline Kroska. Van Howling going to turn this one upfield. Centennial's all over it. 1:39 to go here in this one. Peterson let it get behind her there for a second and kick back upfield by Steinkamp. Now Balshaitis going to play a little bit of back and forth here with Emery Becker and just kind of hold it here as we close in on a minute to go.
Yeah, just kill time now. That's the objective. Can't be doing that though. Just give it back to Balashanitis.
That one rolls out in favor of Ankeny Centennial. Another throw-in upcoming here for the Jags. It's going to be a very, very impressive win for Chris Allen's group. Again, like I said, last week, a 3-0 loss to Waukee Northwest. And like we said, Northwest, a very good team, but just kind of a shocker, you know, just kind of a whoa. And then to turn around, come here on this Monday night, weather conditions not great by any means. And to do this against Ankeny, your crosstown rival, the #1 team, that's just about as good as it gets.
Well, you know, I mean, against Northwest, could have been an off night. Northwest are a very, very good team.
Very good.
A lot of quality players there. But just looking at this here, the response from the Jags has been absolutely fantastic. Coming from a 3-0 loss to come into this derby match as Balashanitis, who's had a fantastic game, puts her foot on the ball and just enjoying it.
Number 6, Ankeny Centennial upsets number 1 Ankeny in this derby game, and the Jaguars take down number 1. 3-0 is your score, a dominating victory for the Ankeny Centennial Jaguars. They move to 4-1 on the season. The Ankeny Hawks will drop to 3-1-1 on their young season. No doubt, good chance we could see these teams play each other further on down the road at the state tournament.
Most definitely, that's for sure. Credit to Kroska. The third goal, Avery Martin. The first 2. Avery on a senior year, I mean, that's absolutely fantastic. Kroska was out the whole of last season. What a way to cap off the derby here, scoring a third goal.
Well, we will take a break and be back. 22 minutes have been put on the clock, so we'll take about a 15-minute break or so, 15, 17-minute break. And we'll be back for your second game. It's the boys' side of Ankeny versus Ankeny Centennial coming up on the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Ford Indianola, your certified Ford Model E dealer. All month long, save big on our new 2024 Ford electric vehicles. Lease a new all-electric Ford F-150 Lightning for only $345 per month. Lease the all-electric Mach-E for only $299 per month. Plus, the new Ford Power Promise. Get a home charger with your purchase. Come see our electric vehicle specialist here at DeArmond Ford Indianola. DeArmondFord.com.
It's hard to stop a train.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and if you've been thinking about upgrading that old wood or gas fireplace in your home or adding a new one someplace that you've always wanted, we have Central Iowa's best selection of wood, gas, and electric fireplaces. So if you've always wanted to add some warmth and beauty along with value to your home, come see us at Fireplace Superstore today.
10820 Douglas in Urbandale.
Getting your car serviced or repaired can be a pain. That's why Westside Auto Pros is committed to making it as painless as possible. If you wish, we'll come get your car at your home or office and return it when it's done. Or you can drop your car off here and we'll shuttle you to where you want to go. When we're finished with your car, we'll come pick you up and bring you back. If your car is going to be here for a few days, we offer low to no cost rentals.
So give us a call and say, I can't wait to have my car serviced at Westside Auto Pros.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V Plow and Impact Straight Blade, with the features the pros demand. Custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
Welcome back to Ankeny Stadium here in Ankeny, Iowa for our second game of our rivalry doubleheader. The Ankeny Hawks taking on the Ankeny Centennial Jaguars. Blake Walker, Justin Vorster back with you here for our second game of the evening. Centennial comes in 3-2 on the young season. Ankeny 2-2. This has been a great matchup the last couple seasons, really since it's become a rivalry back in 2014. But the story tonight, Justin, one player for each team really stands out above the rest. It's Tate Duax for Ankeny Centennial, and then it's Landon Benge for Ankeny. And boy, these two are going to put on shows tonight, we expect.
Yeah, Ben scoring a late winner last year. I was on the game. I'll never forget it, how he beat 3 defenders to score with his left foot, just dinking it over the goalkeeper. But Tate Duax is on form. He's creative. He'll make something happen. He'll start out wide. He's been given freedom to play within his range there. He'll work between lines. He's unbelievably good at reading the game. We've got to watch out for him, but there's another player who was absolutely fantastic last year for the Hawks, was Dylan Gloviak, centre back. Nothing got past him, so defensively you've got to see that one as well.
Ankeny is currently 2-2. Their season started out with back-to-back losses to Dowling 4-3 and then Valley 3-1. They've rattled off 2 straight against Indianola and Davenport North. For Ankeny Centennial, lost their opener to Iowa City West 2-1, beat Cedar Rapids Washington 4-1, lost to Northwest 3-1, then beat Lewis Central and Omaha Skutt Catholic out of Nebraska on Saturday. Centennial is 4-6 versus Ankeny since 2014. All things considering, it's a pretty even rivalry back and forth. There's been so many good games. I remember the Lucas Newhard game in overtime. That was a crazy game. There's a Newhard on the Ankeny team, but you know, what we saw in the girls' game, it doesn't matter the record. Throw those out. This is just a good derby game when it comes down to it.
Throw the records out the window, because derby games, it's different. They're fighting. It gets emotional out there. This game's going to go anywhere. I feel there's going to be a few goals in this game, not like last year, just because of the quality of players. It's going to open up. I'm excited. Can't wait.
It's going to be a good one. We'll take a break and get you back for our starting kick. Here we go. Ankeny and Ankeny Centennial coming up on the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
Over 1,300 vehicles on WauKeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WauKeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WauKeeChevy.com.
Thank you for tuning into today's broadcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our live events. You can also follow us on X, Facebook, and Instagram in the description below for more coverage of Central Iowa high school sports and the Des Moines Menace. Now, back to the game.
In goal, 00, Will Kruger. And now, starting lineup for your Ankeny Hawks. Number 1, Brian Jimenez. Number 5, Henry McMillan. Number 6, Austin Lundberg. Number 7, Dylan Globiak. Number 8, Jack Krosky. Number 9, Landon Ben. Number 10, Cal Wahlberg. Number 11, Pete Cabot. Number 13, Andrew Loader. Number 15, Brandon Thoughts. And in goal, number 0, Jackson Dockendorf. Jaguars are led by head coach Brian Duax, assisted by coaches Josh Harry, Darby Wesley, coach judo. Hawks are led by head coach Trevor Fuccio, assistant coach Jacob Potrax, and Mason Madgen. When the match begins, your referee is Aaron Valley, assisted by Jeremy Nelson and Ben Lloyd.
Alrighty, here we go. The Ankeny Hawks 2-2, Ankeny Centennial Jaguars 3-2. We are all set to go here at Ankeny Stadium. Currently sitting at 50 degrees. A cool, crisp spring evening here in this April. We had showers come through during our girls' game. Should be in the clear for the rest of the night, but it's going to be windy headed out to the south-southeast. So keep an eye out. About 35-mile-an-hour wind gusts possible, maybe even 40 tonight. Keep an eye out for that one. Ankeny Centennial is in white. Ankeny is in the black and red on the front in striping. We are all set to go here from Ankeny Stadium in this crosstown rivalry matchup. You can see the wind's already blowing as it comes off the middle circle. And we will get set to go. We're off and running here at Ankeny Stadium. Hawks won the game last year, 1-0. Centennial trying to get revenge here this evening. Opportunity here early for Ankeny. Cal Wahlberg tries to get it upfield to Landon Benj, and Benj is offsides.
Foul, Jaguars.
As you can see, Benj was already going. Free kick has been called, actually, so no advantage. Was played by the ref.
Oh, yeah.
Just for holding there.
Yeah, so free kick here for Ankeny, excuse me.
Carl Wahlberg. Wahlberg was just being held back before he played the ball into Benj.
Wahlberg 4 assists already this year. That's third in 4A. So definitely up there. He kicks into the wind. It's a low line drive that runs into a lot of Centennial defenders. Trying to break free here for the most part. Centennial on a run out on the far side. Taken right back away by Jimenez.
Into a wall of white jerseys, difficult to deal with. The free kick I was going to pinpoint pretty poor, but difficult to deal with because it's slick conditions down there, even with the wind, and it just skids off the ground.
It was a great boot back the other way, and all the way up to go get it is Jackson Dockendorf, who twisted his ankle in pregame warmups.
Yeah,
looks fine.
He looks okay. I was talking to the head coach, Fuccio, and he was debating, but he was going to leave it up to Dockendorf just to make a decision on that. As you could see, Duax was pressing. We spoke about Duax. He's special. He can create anything out of nothing. As you see, they're trying to switch the ball into him. Out of your picture on our near side.
Up with it here, Lucas De La Cuba. There for a second. Now Brock Bazua. Or Bezu.
Brazo, Brock Brazo.
Brazo, I didn't put the R in there.
Up front is the target player for Centennial is Islamovic. They'll use him to hold play up, as you saw earlier on, just laying the ball off into the wide area.
Hawks trying to push a little bit here. They're in the middle now with it is Jimenez, the senior. Trying to find his way up the field. Staying aggressive. There's a long kick up the field and a little too overzealous. They're going to call offsides.
From up here, it did look like Benj was offside. Well, both players were offside. And that's something with Landon Benj. He'll be offside 10 times in the game, but there'll be one where he's onside and he'll
probably going to score.
He just needs to change his movements and, you know, Curve has run away from the ball.
He's got 6 goals this year, 2 assists. He's second in 4A in goals. 2, Tate Duax, who has 7. And Landon's headed off to Drake to play soccer. Here come the Jags with a run-out opportunity. It's Tate Duax, tried to center, and Dockendorf knocks it out.
Well defended there as well.
Couple headers back and forth. They had a collision there, and on the ground was Garrett Christensen.
I believe that was Dylan Gloviak just getting across Tate just to lay the ball back into Dockendorf to clear his lines.
He's at McKendree University up in Minnesota. Basketball player for the Ankeny Hawks. That one sent down the line and will roll out. The wind's going to help that one no matter what. Roll that one back to Will Kruger, the freshman goalkeeper, who's been busy this season. 11 saves, allowed 8 goals on the year. Now they try again to just fit it to where Benj is, and Kruger's right there. Run-up opportunity. Benj was there in the middle. A good job of the back line of Ankeny Centennial.
Mason Nathang did well. Positionally correct, just to clear the ball. Mason Nathang and Benji know each other. They're playing the same club team. So a lot of bragging rights here tonight. In many ways, I'd say.
Centennial's going to take that one down the field, or at least try. The wind caught that one pretty well. Here's Mason Goebel, who got it taken away, and now the Hawks want to go on a run. Keaton Kobau all the way, and sliding in to go get it is Will Kruger. Got there just before Benj could.
Tyson did well, just getting across Benji there. It's going to be all night long tracking Benji, trying to get across him. Small details, but it's got to be every single time.
Ty Newhard got back and kicked it out up against Ty Duax there. Or Tate Duax, excuse me. And that one's cleared out by Kobau.
That was well played from Lethang. Good defending. Read it well.
Jack's trying to move. Slide tackle not going to go that time. Here comes Ankeny on a run out. And up ahead and offsides again.
Yeah, he was offside. I was watching Benji, and I was watching where the ball was. He went too soon as the ball wasn't secured. The first touch was out. He went. He's got to wait. Just Bender's run away, stay in line, because at one moment he was off the shoulder of Nathang.
The Ankeny bench, it's an animated group trying to hype up their team, and if he gets an opportunity to go, that's when they get louder. There's Duax over there on the far line. Now a couple back and forths here for Centennial. Can he turn the corner over on the far side? Picked up in the middle and taken away and sent back the other way. Tyson Wardorf in there for Centennial. Now Mason Goebel with it. Low line down in the middle. He's Lamovic. Drops right into the lap of Dockendorf. Good attempt by Mason Goebel. And a great boot downfield. Kruger comes all the way up and knocks it high in the air. And that one's going to bounce out.
Good positioning from Kruger. It doesn't matter where the ball goes, but especially with Landon Benj streaming down at you. I mean, it's you don't want that. Just play a high line, clear your lines. Doesn't matter where it goes. The wind's going to have an effect. But good positioning there.
Andrew Loader in there for Ankeny, now trying to set up a possible chance. They got a man here on the near side. That's Kobo. And right on top of it is Kruger, and now a chance for Centennial to go back the other way with Duax.
Kruger did well there. Positioning again, comes out to win it, and then starts the counterattack immediately.
Fighting for position there, and a whistle is blown. Going to get called on Cal Wahlberg.
Mason Goebel just did enough there to win the free kick.
It's going to be a short free kick here, and with it is Nathang. Far line was Maddox Rash. Now with it is De La Cuba.
De La Cuba, get creativity out of him. As you saw there, he's quick on his feet. He can make something happen.
Islamovic tried to get a little fancy there with the leg work and tried to turn it. Could not quite get there. Centennial still in good positioning here with Garrett Christensen now. And over to the far line, and a whistle is blown. Mason Goebel took a hit.
I believe that was Koba.
Yeah, I believe so. Yep, it was.
Late tackle.
So,
an opportunity here, definitely.
I was just about to say, that's about as good as you can get here for Brock Brazeau.
Brazeau will take his chances here.
So Brazo's got a chance. The wind, I mean, it is howling. It's definitely the strongest I think it's been in a while, and it's going to his right.
Tate Duax is to the left-hand side of the wall. Obviously, there's some concern from the Hawks.
He's directing traffic. I'm watching that ball, see if it takes off with the wind. It hasn't yet. Brazeau fires and misses wide and over.
Just looking to how deep the back line, the defenders were in the penalty areas. Maybe drive one into that area, especially in these conditions. On the ground, could deflect anywhere.
Comes a run out on the far line, not enough, going to roll out. Centennial gets it back. Benj was in the vicinity. Now they go all the way back to the other side to Nathang.
This is where Benj will force the ball into one area.
You can see
the
wind, yeah. Just caught it and dropped in place. Back and forth there over on the far side, Jack Kroski. Kroski's wearing gloves tonight. I think he's the only one out there wearing gloves, but he stands out with the black gloves. There he is with it here. Sends that one down the pitch. That will stay in. It's not going to roll out, and chasing after it is Werderhoff. That's going to go all the way out with the wind. So definitely it seems stronger wind-wise. You can definitely feel it up here in the press box more than the girls' game. As Kruger will kick this one short. Ankeny, though, with the chance. Jumping right down in front of it was Jimenez, along with Cal Wahlberg.
Good press from Cal Wahlberg. Again, pressing triggers. Gets the whole team pushing forward, or it's horizontally or vertically.
Throw in goes to the middle, cleared out last second, and headed back again by Gloviak. Out it rolls, and it'll be Ankeny ball.
Nathan marking Benj very closely, keeping an eye on him.
Benj using his speed. And he got a whistle blown. It's going to be a free kick here.
Advantage played by the official.
Yeah.
It's good to do that. See what comes out of it. There's nothing. You go back to the original free kick.
So it's Benj who gets the free kick here. A little bit of help from the wind. Off it goes. Kruger comes up and makes the grab. You couldn't ask for a better spot. But Kruger makes the play.
Dylan Kloviak. driving that ball. It's well held up there.
Long ball, back the other way. Here comes Duax. Gonna chase after Gloviak. Rolls out, we play on. I couldn't quite tell who the injured player is back here. I'll have to check that here in a second.
See, Islamovic is playing out wide. He's received the ball out wide. He's a tall figure, can hold the ball up. They need to get him into the penalty area. Get one of the midfielders to do that job. Get the ball in the area where he's going to be dangerous. They need him in there to score goals. He goes out into these wide areas. You need him down the middle in the penalty area.
And in bench, you can just see him hounding the back line here for Ankeny Centennial.
It's like a terrier.
Yeah.
Terrier. He's all over the place. And he's like that for a full match. He doesn't get tired. Never gets tired.
Awkward spin there. Going to work in Dockendorf's favor. He'll pick it up. And if he watched the girls' game, he'll be selective on what he does here.
Nice ball around the corner. Good vision. Good defending, though.
Centennial trying to get on a run out here. Ilamovic, shot on goal, just caught by Dockendorf. It was well placed by Lucas de la Cuba, who was going for his second goal of the year. It was Jimenez, by the way, who was the one that went down on that slight injury there on that far side. Looks to be okay for the most part.
Yeah. Slight tug there of the jersey by Christensen. From Kobo.
Arnell was going long. It's another long kick. Kruger bobbles it, but hangs on to it. Can you believe how much that wind carried that thing?
Kloviak drilled that about 60 yards.
Yeah, I was going to say.
And there was Benz again.
He was waiting on an error by the freshman Will Kruger.
Kruger did well for a freshman, holding on to the ball, slight bobble.
Goebel kind of waiting to see what he wants to do with it here. Now back to Goebel. He's able to keep it in. And still keeping it in. Mason Goebel taken off. Does he have enough speed, though? No, he doesn't. Gloviak jumps right back in front of it and sends it right back down the pitch. Nicely done.
Very good defending by Gloviak, just getting his body between the attacker and the ball. On the spin, great turn with the outside of the foot.
There goes a chance.
Offside.
You can hear the crowd doesn't like it. That's the third offsides tonight on bench. But you said it. He's going to have about 10. So we're not quite halfway, but we're getting there.
I know Ben's very well. But I tell you what, you'll get 2 goals in the last 2 minutes or something. That's how he is. He's got quality. He needs to start his run from 10 yards deeper. Good kid to work with as well.
Ooh, nice header, but Duax just a little off.
De La Cruz with the initial flick on there.
Gonna bounce up and go to Ankeny here. There you go. There goes the run out. You can see Benj just trying to fight his way through. Nathang right there on defense. Kruger hops on top. Well, you mentioned Nathang. I mean, he's going to be – that's his job tonight.
Both center backs are going to be busy. Nathang, Warendorf.
Hawks trying to go to Benj again. This time he got a break, but nobody was home.
That's where he should have taken on the defender. Slow him down. This is where he's quick. Slow him down. Get him flat-footed and then explode past him on his left-hand side.
Jack Krosky will throw in here. In and out. Centennial trying to clear. Drops right into the lap of Kobo. Kobo with the left leg. Off to the left and just high.
You can see what he was trying to do there, just offset the defender. Cutting onto his left foot, but he had to dig that one out. He's got the pace, Kobo. He should have tried to take him on at pace.
Hawks trying to get something rolling here. Almost 20 minutes gone by. Closing in on 20 minutes gone by. Back and forth we've gone. And a free kick here for Centennial. Henry McMillan, or excuse me, Mason Goebel was the one to kick.
I like to see the outside backs getting forward. Goebel on our near side, just out of your picture. The left back.
Ball rolls out, will be Ankeny ball. Got a substitution checking in here.
Coming in for the Hawks, number 23,
Caden Ganol is in for Brian Jimenez. So Jimenez will make his way out. Couple headers here for Centennial, trying to clear this thing ahead. Over here to Goebel. Really good job by Ankeny's back line here, as Austin Lundberg with it there for a moment. Comes Ankeny trying to push. Kobo up ahead. Kruger hops on top of it and chucks it back down the pitch.
Kobo losing possession, turning into the defender when he had options behind him. It was a simple pass.
Really feels like no true advantage here through the first 20.
Good pressure around the ball there.
A couple guys hit the ground. Here comes a run out. Duax trying to pass it up ahead. Now back to Tate. Centennial trying to set something up here. Lucas De La Cuba right there. Here's Duax working his way through a couple defenders. Centennial's got a chance to center. Not enough. Nicely kicked away by Dylan Gloviak.
Islamovic wanted that ball in the air. Too many defenders in front of him. It was easy to clear when the ball was on the ground.
Jags will throw in. This one is short, picked up by De La Cuba. Now Ankeny with the chance to try to run if they can get free. And a whistle is blown on Centennial. Little handsy.
What Benji does, he does a great job of stretching the line vertically. But what he's doing is pulling defenders with him. Then space is created. That's where they need players to occupy that space in an attacking role. Because it's being created, but they look to just play that ball in. It's not on his offside. He's drawing the defenders with him, create space in between the lines, and expose them.
Line kick up the field here for De La Cuba. And hounded by Ganal. Now Centennial's got a chance. They had Mason Goebel streaking down this near side.
Critical tackle there from Gloviak. Spoke about him before the game. He's going to be a key figure at the...
He already had a 60-yard boot tonight, so he's been moving. Here's Goebel. Staying aggressive here. Going to roll out. Who are they going to give it to? They're going to give it to Ankeny. And a throw in here for the Hawks for Keaton Kobo. Far side kick off the leg a little awkwardly for Jack Krosky. Centennial ball. A couple substitutions checking in for the Jags. Brecken Allen is in.
Number 22, Brecken Allen.
Brecken Allen will go into the midfield.
Bayunda checks in for Centennial. Kaikungi Bayunga is in. Number 11.
Bayunda coming onto our near side. The left. Brecken Allen going into the midfield. What you'll get out of Brecken is work rate. He'll tackle. He'll work extremely hard to win the ball.
Benge, a little bit of back and forth. It was off the head of a Centennial Jaguar, inadvertently, and it almost worked out in Ankeny's favor. Now running back the other way is Duax. Can he get ahead? Really good speed by Gloviak, and Duax hits the ground. No whistle is called.
It's going to be a corner, though, but Wayunda was streaming into the penalty area, got across his defender. But earlier on, the combination there, Benj wanted a better ball into space. The ball wasn't played into space.
I am stunned with Gloviak's speed. I mean, he kept up with Duax pace for pace.
I do know Gloviak on a personal point. I've coached him before. And
did you teach him that speed?
No, that's natural. Good corner.
Corner just drops into the lap of Dockendorf. What? That was really well set up.
Yeah, Nathan Mason-Thang coming across. Well worked into the space. He was a spare man. Just
good right leg. Just a little weak on it, but the throw did not work out there for Ankeny. So Centennial will throw in with a good position here.
Max Rush is coming to left back for Goebel.
That Rush is in. A couple others checking in there for Centennial. Yep, Max Rush. Ball rolls out. We'll go to, let's see, going to be Centennial here. Under 15 to go in the first. Whistle blown.
So far, not much action going on. Everything's been in the middle third, trying to get the ball in the final third. A lack of patience at times.
Ankeny gets a throw in here on the far line. Back and forth we go between both teams. Good run out here for Duax if he can get around Gloviak. Now he slows the pace and gets it up ahead to Brazo. Throw in short here. Brecken Allen boots this one to the center, but cleared out. Nicely done by Ankeny. Here's Rush. Nothing there. A little bit of back and forth here with Lundberg. Ankeny will get the throw in here.
That's what they'll look to do. Ankeny Hawks, quick counterattacks, press at the right time, wait for the triggers.
They go backwards that time to Brandon Thought. Now Thought will hold and go back to Gloviak. Ankeny coming into tonight 2-2 on the season, dropped their first two games of the year to Valley and Dowling, but then rattled off two straight against non-conference opponents, Davenport North and Indianola. Here comes Ankeny Centennial on a run out. This is Rush. Works his way around a couple. Now Duax shorted it just a little bit. He was trying to go back to Maddox Rash. Long boot, good head in the back.
Lots of space between the lines there.
That was Nathang back there, who has kept Benj under a blanket. Short boot. Dockendorf comes up and makes the play on his knees. Ankle looks good.
It's got to be a special type of pass, that. Just a little clip over. Dangerous ball across there to Duax.
Tate gets it right into his lap, hits the ground. Official says flop.
Duax could have come onto his left foot there, opted to go onto his right into pressure.
Rush goes after it, and there's a penalty on, or a foul, if you will.
Brecken Allen, I believe.
Yep.
That's what you're going to get out of him.
Good spot here for Centennial. They center to Duax. Now back over. Center just off the leg, though, a little too far. What's the call going to be?
Well, it's definitely not a penalty.
Yeah, it's going to be a corner for Ankeny Centennial. Multiple players got in at the same time. Garrett Christensen was in there. It kind of dropped into his lap. And Duax will get a corner kick. The last one was very good. So we'll see if this has the same success into the win.
Take advantage of the set pieces.
Duax kick on the way. Header is in! Ankeny Centennial gets the job done. I believe it was Brazeau. I think. We'll wait until we get a replay, but I believe it was Brazeau. Take a look at the replay.
Fantastic corner here. In swinger in the right areas. And it was Brazeau. Great header. Could the keeper have done better? Could Dockendorf, could he have saved that? It's a reflex save to the, in the conditions, the way it is. But we'll go one step back. Nobody was marking Brazeau. Great header. Well deserved, but the delivery from Duax was absolutely fantastic.
He put it right where he needed to go, especially into the wind. The wind is at his back. Could have easily overshot it, and is able to time it up great. Foul on Centennial. Free kick upcoming here. That ball is just going to keep rolling, so they'll have to set this one back up. Again, this is at the back of Brian Jimenez here, depending on how he wants to do this.
You see, with this set piece, I would get Gloviak in there as well. He can head the ball. He's good in those situations.
And he's sitting way back, so on the way, nicely headed out by Caleb Murray.
He's sitting back here because of Duax. But they've got that's three players. I'll deal with it with two. Get Gloviak in there.
That was really nicely done by Murray to clear that out. Ankeny still with it in a good spot. Up ahead, Kruger gets taken out by Benj. And the whistle is blown. And Benj is down.
No, I don't think that's Benj.
Or excuse me, it's Austin Lundberg.
Yeah, it's Lundberg, but brave goalkeeping by Will Kruger.
I can't believe
the freshman.
They helicoptered into each other, pretty much. I doubt we have a replay. But
Kruger playing like a seasoned pro, like he's been doing it for years.
All right, we do have a replay.
Let's have a look at this again. You have a right to go in for the challenge. Ooh. That was rather late, to be honest with you. Will Kruger did very, very well there.
I don't know how Kruger got up so easily. Just hopped right up. And it's Lundberg who is down on the ground. We'll step aside for a quick break, and we'll be back here after this quick injury timeout.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
Over 1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
Thank you for tuning into today's broadcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our live events. You can also follow us on X, Facebook, and Instagram in the description below for more coverage of Central Iowa high school sports and the Des Moines Menace. Now, back to the game.
Round of applause.
Alrighty, back here after that quick break. Austin Lundberg currently being helped off. Able to walk on his own power for the most part. Just took a hit. I mean, just an absolute really tough collision there with Will Kruger going after the ball.
But it's good to see Lundberg back on his feet. Nobody likes to see players injured. He looks okay from here.
Yeah. Well, hope for the best going forward, but tough break for Ankeny.
Brave challenge from Kruger.
And Kruger hopped right back up. He was stretching a little bit during that injury timeout, but he really didn't seem too phased. He's made a couple really good plays tonight.
Replacing number 6, Austin Lundberg. Number 19, Ty Newhart.
Ty Newhart will come out and replace Austin Lundberg, the senior. And we're back underway with 9:13 to go in the first half.
This will be interesting because the players out there have had
got a break.
But
Yeah.
not just that, it's a drop in momentum. You've been resting, now you've got to switch on again. You've got to get out. It's a mentality. Can you get yourself back in the game?
You got to get warm because undoubtedly they probably froze a little bit there during that little break. The winds just continue to howl here. Here's near side for Brandon Thought. Continuing to swing this thing back and forth.
Good ball from Benj there.
Cabot trying to center it back to the middle. He's picked up by a lot of white jerseys. Benj got free for a second. Right leg, and it's just knocked out of the way. I can't tell who that was for Centennial.
Corner kick to the Hawks.
I believe it was.
It's number 17, Tyson Warderhorf.
Wardenhoff, that was absolutely fantastic. The ball played in from Benj, and then the cross, the delivery. Wardenhoff was there because I tell you what, the attacker was behind him.
Centennial trying to clear. They do. Now up ahead, Duax. Couldn't get there in time. Ankeny knocks it out. Nicely done by Caleb Murray, or excuse me, by Brandon Thought.
Thought did well, just getting his body across Duax. A chance here for the Hawks. Great opportunity for them to get back in the game. Great defending from Warendorf.
Ooh, nice move. Comes Razzo. Centers! Had a chance! Duax puts it back up and in!
On the second attempt. You've got assist to goal, reverse rolls from the corner, but what a delivery that was from Brazo. And the movement, the detail in the movement here. The head comes up. He understands where he might be. Lovely ball in. Look at Duax coming across. Dockendorf couldn't deal with it. Second attempt. Duax is going to finish that any day.
That is his 7th goal of the season. It's a 1 assist, 1 goal night for Brazo. And how about that? Tate Duax came into tonight 3rd in goals in 4A. He's got offers from Drake, Williams and Mary's, American, Northeastern, and American, Northeastern, and Western Illinois. And he makes a big play there. And a great adjustment off the rebound to make it 2-0.
That combination, lovely passage of play. The cross from Brazo was absolutely brilliant. Pinpoint. The movement again, the timing of the run from Duax running onto the ball. Obviously, he wanted the first attempt, got the second. There was no doubt he was going to finish that.
Centennial will go backwards with it here for Kruger.
Yeah, just to try and draw Ankeny out of position, create space between the lines. Lovely ball there from Will Kruger out to the far side.
Ryler Natem is in the match now for Ankeny. He was the one that came up and almost took that away from Kruger. They try to go up ahead here. Ankeny does have numbers, though, defensively. As Bayaunda was there for the Jags. Couldn't quite get it. Hawks going to want an answer here before the end of the first half, trailing 2-0. Don't want to go into the locker room with that. Benj trying to work his way through traffic, and Centennial sends this one high in the air.
That's a slight push there in Bayunda.
Aggressive here for Natem, the freshman. Number 25 for Ankeny, now right back up our Bayunda, working his way through.
Great piece of skill. Little shake of the hips in between the two defenders.
Brazo streaking there. Here's Duax. Somehow staying away from everyone. Still with it here. Now going to slide it over to Bayunda. And misses it off his feet, though. It's going to be a goal kick.
Duax did really well there. See some changes coming in.
A lot of substitutions coming in for Centennial. Fresh legs. Andrew Kruger is in. Looks like Mason Goebel also back in. Catch the rest as they go.
Number 16, Andrew Kruger.
Centennial trying to jump back on top of it here. Keeping Ankeny at bay for the most part, defensively, under 5 minutes to go.
Brecken Allen back in to the midfield, playing him in more of a central role. Again, way to pass way too much.
Kruger picks it up and will toss this thing down the field. Boot to the center. Andrew Kruger was there. Now here comes Jimenez to run after it. Gonna give it to Centennial. This is Zachary Clark, number 12, was in there for a second. Run out opportunity for Andrew Kruger.
Kloviak coming back again.
Boy, but they still didn't get rid of it enough. Dockendorf jumps on top of it from a human shield.
Confidence is high within the Jags. Look how they're recovering, trying to win the ball.
Everybody hitting the ground here. Brazo right there in the middle, and a whistle is blown. It'll go back to Ankeny.
Jimenez is in the wars there. 2 occasions.
And Gloviak. Let's see. So he's going to kick this from the 23 on the football field. This thing's going to land at about the 16, 17-yard line. Not
but
bad.
then look at the
Chance for a possible goal, but not going to go that time for Landon Benj. Just kind of an awkward spot.
Yeah, the Hawks need one before halftime. 2 goals is nothing really, but the momentum is going Centennial's way. But, you know, we talk about Gloviak playing a ball like that. There's a massive gap.
Ooh, nice play up ahead. Duax, can he get there? No, he can't. Gloviak's right there. Trying to keep it ahead. Couple more bouncing out. Going to go to Centennial here.
Jimenez with the tackle there on De La Cruz.
I'd like to thank our super sponsors for this Ankeny community business.
And official's going to blow the whistle and talking to one of the Centennial players. I think he was talking to Brazo. A little bit of an awkward play here. Centennial still got a chance. Duax, left foot, just misses to the right. I mean, barely.
With Duax, you don't know what you're going to get. Left or right foot, he can strike the ball well.
Say.
He nearly got that one.
Was waiting to figure out what he would do.
There's a sense of panic in Ankeny Hawks right now. They've just got to calm down.
Here they go. They got a chance. Jimenez got around one, but cleared out on the back line by Clark. Well picked up. Boy, a really nice chance there. Slipped away from Andrew Kruger. Tem got around one. The freshman trying to work his way upfield, but drops into the lap of Caleb Murray. Under a minute to go here in the first.
Heard the crowd cheering after the first one. Thought he could get the second. That's when he should have just looked to keep the ball. There were no options forward. No runners trying to break the line.
Ankeny clears that one back towards center.
Hawks.
20 seconds to go. Ankeny trying to get one more here. Jimenez turns and fires back. Kruger will come up and make the play. And drops down on it and will waste time. So that will do it for the end of the first half. It is a 2-0 advantage. Ankeny Centennial looking good early with a goal by Brock Brazo and their star Tate Duax. Ankeny Centennial leads over Ankeny. 2-0 is your score. We'll be back for your second half in a little bit. You're watching the Central Iowa Sports Network.
The combination.
Save big this month on all new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Rams at DeArmond CDJR Ames. New Jeep Wagoneers with up to $13,000 off MSRP. Or get up to $16,000 off MSRP if you currently own a Ford. Brand new 2024 Ram 2500 Crew Cab 4x4 starting at only $42,990. And over 20% off on new Ram 1500 Crew Cab 4x4s. That's right, over 20% off. Save big here at the all-new DeArmond CDJR Ames.
It's hard to stop a train.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore. And if you've been thinking about upgrading that old wood or gas fireplace in your home or adding a new one someplace that you've always wanted, we have Central Iowa's best selection of wood, gas, and electric fireplaces. So if you've always wanted to add some warmth and beauty along with value to your home, come see us at Fireplace Superstore today.
10820 Douglas in Urbandale.
Getting your car serviced or repaired can be a pain. That's why Westside Auto Pros is committed to making it as painless as possible. If you wish, we'll come get your car at your home or office and return it when it's done. Or you can drop your car off here and we'll shuttle you to where you want to go. When we're finished with your car, we'll come pick you up and bring you back. If your car is going to be here for a few days, we offer low to no cost rentals.
So give us a call and say, I can't wait to have my car serviced at Westside Auto Pros.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V Plow and Impact Straight Blade, with the features the pros demand. Custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
Welcome back to the Central Iowa Sports Network. Back here at Ankeny Stadium, Blake Walker, Justin Forster with you here. A 2-0 lead. Ankeny Centennial leads over the Ankeny Hawks in this crosstown rivalry matchup. Been a fun one so far. 2 goals for the Jags. Brock Brazeau with the goal. Take a look here. It's a heck of a setup.
Well, look at that. Duax with the cross. I think Dockendorf could have done better there, diving to his left, but he was screened by the ball. Brazeau, great finish. And then we'll see the reciprocation coming up soon with Brazeau with fantastic left-footed delivery. Look at the technique on this. Whipped around the back line. And that man, Duax, first attempt, second attempt, thank you very much. I'll put that in the corner and off I go to celebrate in the corner flag.
Very, very impressive so far. It's Duax's 8th goal of the season. Brazeau got his now first assist and first goal of the season. For Ankeny, they've tried a couple things. You can tell. I mean, they're trying to get it to Landon Bench. He is the man that's going to do it. But Centennial has got him on lockdown for the most part. And a lot of credit has got to be given to the freshman, Will Kruger, who not only took a really big hit earlier, but has played a really good game along with Ankeny Centennial's backline.
Kruger's playing with confidence, to be honest with you. Doesn't look like a starting freshman.
Yeah, he's a freshman.
I mean, he's just dominating that back line. His distribution's fantastic. He's receiving, he's distributing out to the right-hand side, the right back, getting him involved in the game. Nathang's done well alongside him with Wardorf, is the other center back, who cut out a brilliant cross that was obviously a fantastic piece of play from him. Just position, he was in the right place at the right time. But they are depending too much on Benj. You can't. It's too predictable. The ball's always going forward. Benj is on the run. They've got to come up with another game plan to be more creative and then get Benj into the game, because that's all they're going to look out for. Drop the line. We've seen the 60-yard, 50-yard free kicks. But again, when that ball goes, there's a massive gap in the midfield. You've got to get the numbers up quick. So as soon as that ball goes forward, you've got to fill in the gaps.
Austin Lundberg was the one on the receiving end, if you will, of that injury. We didn't see him back in that rest of that first half. We'll see if he even comes back for the second half. Good minutes by Dylan Gloviak, and you kept saying it. You'd want to see him a little bit more involved for Ankeny, just because of the power that he brings on the kicking side.
Yeah, he's done well defensively. I've been impressed. He's done the right things, but set pieces, get him in the penalty area, because he will cause havoc there. It takes one, he'll get his head on the end of it. He's really, really brave. He could come up with a goal. They're more concerned about the counter-attack on Duax. But you've got to take risks in this game, calculated risks. You're 2-0 down. Now's the time to take the chance. And they've got that 3 guys back there anyway, including Gloviak. Take the chance, get Gloviak forward. He'll be good on set pieces.
They're going to have to get going here eventually. 40 minutes will be on the clock when we come back. Ankeny Centennial leads Ankeny. 2-0 is your score. We'll be back from Ankeny Stadium. You're watching the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Getting your car serviced or repaired can be a pain. That's why Westside Auto Pros is committed to making it as painless as possible. If you wish, we'll come get your car at your home or office and return it when it's done. Or you can drop your car off here and we'll shuttle you to where you want to go. When we're finished with your car, we'll come pick you up and bring you back. If your car is going to be here for a few days, we offer low to no cost rentals.
So give us a call and say, I can't wait to have my car serviced at Westside Auto Pros.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
Over 1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
Welcome back to the Central Iowa Sports Network. Back here at Ankeny Stadium. Blake Walker, Justin Forster with you here. A cool night here in Central Iowa. Currently sitting at 50 degrees. That feels impossible. Feels like 37. That's more like it. The wind definitely not helping. It has somehow, quote-unquote, died down, but that's not possible either. 18-mile-an-hour wind gust out of the west is what we're sitting at here this evening. And the wind, I mean, it definitely feels like it's been stronger here than it was in the girls' game. But we'll see what we got for a second half upcoming. Centennial leads 2-0. Ankeny's got to get some work done here. As I don't even see, Ankeny's not even out on the field yet. So
yeah, they're going to get fined for delay here if they're not careful. Speaking of the windows down there, just prior to the game, God, it was cold.
Yeah, it was. I caught a walk this afternoon around Grimes while it was still sunny outside.
And how was old Grimes? Was Grimes fun?
I enjoy Grimes, but it was sunny enough that it kept it warm and didn't totally freeze to death. But again, Isaiah and Marion, our cameraman, camerawoman tonight,
doing a great job.
Oh my gosh.
Fantastic job.
I don't know. Marion's in not even a jacket. I don't even understand how, but
Midwest, I guess.
I mean,
used to this kind of weather.
That's the thing. I wear shorts all the time, but tonight I wore pants because I'm like, it'll be pretty cold. But good crowd tonight. Really great to see. Thankfully, the rain has held off here for the boys' game, and it should hold off for the rest of the way. But we are getting set to roll here for this second half between Ankeny and Ankeny Centennial. As again, Ankeny still making their way back to the bench. It's because they're in that nice fancy locker room now. They can't see the clock. That's probably what it is. Usually they just kind of went off to the grassy areas
just
over
to
there.
our left-hand side. There was a shed back there, but look at that quality over there.
Nice area. Kind of looks like a lunchroom up top, but
bet you they've got heated seats in there, you know.
Yeah. Really nice upgrades that they've added here. All right. Second half underway, 40 minutes on the clock. Ankeny and Ankeny Centennial Hawks gonna try to get some work done here in this second half. Centennial has kept the pressure up. A goal by Brock Brazeau and then a goal by Tate Duax for his 8th of the year. Puts him near the top of the state and state in the class as well.
Yeah, as you can see, as that ball went back, the press was on. Surprised Ankeny didn't go forward from kickoff rather than back. Because I tell you what, the press was definitely on. Look at that again. As the balls played out, the white jerseys all locking on to their numbers.
Centennial looking for the sweep tonight. The girls' 6th-ranked Ankeny Centennial upset. Number 1 ranked Ankeny earlier in the girls' match, 3-0. A shocker for sure.
Will Kruger, nice high line again.
I've been impressed. Came into tonight.
That should have been a free kick. Pull on the jersey.
Yep, there it goes. Kruger came into tonight, 8 goals allowed, 11 saves. Not earth-shattering numbers by any means, but has really stepped up tonight when needed the most. So here comes your free kick for Dylan Gloviak.
It's a
liner.
Good ball, though.
Yeah, it's right where he wanted it to be. They're going to say it was out on Centennial, so a corner kick upcoming for the Hawks.
Near post run from Benj.
Who's kicking this? This will be Cal Wahlberg. 3rd in Class 4A in assist with 4. Has a chance to try to get this thing within 1. Wahlberg, kick on the way. Header. Goalie got out of the goal. This one's knocked up high in the air, but it's going to roll out. Who are they going to give it to? They're going to give it to a corner kick for Ankeny. Kruger went way out of the goal.
Really the first error that he's made coming out. He's playing with confidence, though. Came out, missed it. Could have been a chance. Half cleared, deflection, another corner.
This is Cabot on the corner. Back line header, just too high. Andrew Loader. I mean, it was perfect, but just too high off the head.
Perfect corner, Loader peeling off to the far post. Did well. Again, had to head it across the grain into the wind. But it looks promising.
It did.
For the Hawks coming into the second half.
A little bit more energy here. A little bit of a rejuvenated offense, if you will. Jimenez got it knocked out. Ankeny ball. There's definitely a bigger Ankeny crowd than there is Centennial crowd here tonight, so that's one thing that Ankeny's going to want. If they can get a goal, you talk about momentum, it'd be huge. Here's Gloviak. Hawks trying to center up to the middle. Nice pass to the other line, but too far ahead.
Ooh, that was tight.
Centennial not going to waste any time. Duax off to the races. Slide tackle coming in. And Gloviak got it, but the whistle is blown. He took out 2. He took out his own, and then he took out Duax.
Just going back to that other offside call. That was very close. Didn't look like offside. Maddox Rush was caught out of position as the ball was switched, but again, going back to the tackle, fantastic. But Duax gets the ball. You see 2-3 jerseys round him from Ankeny.
It's a good kick on any given night, but on tonight, that's into the wind, and it stopped at about the 35-yard line if you're looking at it for the football side. Throw in here for the Hawks. Your side, trying to get it over to Ganal. Murray with the header. Or excuse me, Murray in there. That was number 18 there, Maddox Rash. Knocked out again. Should be Ankeny ball, it is.
Bench coming deep. Should go a little higher there. Once it at feature, Ganal on the throw. That's a penalty. He was taken down.
No call. It is going to roll out.
I'm surprised that's not a penalty. Difficult to say from up here.
And it rolled out. I thought it was a corner or throw in here for Ankeny, but instead they're going to get a free kick from the foul over in the corner. Rolls out, Ankeny ball.
Looked like a penalty from here, but we're up here, the ref's closer. There were few appeals, mainly from the crowd, so possibly wasn't.
Oh, we got an Ankeny player that went down. Is that Jimenez again? Probably kicked the shin or kicked the foot.
Jimenez has been in the wars.
Yes.
Towards the end of the first half, he was
limping earlier.
Oh, lovely piece of play there. Just splitting the lines, looking for the combination.
Back and forth over on that far line. Brock Brazo and company over there.
There was Dela Cuba with a little flick with the outside of the foot. Great awareness, seeing his teammate. Sending the two opponents off for the hot dogs.
Centennial trying to make a run here. But a lot of traffic over there. There's a low kick. There's Benj.
He's playing really deep.
Yeah, he is. I was just about to say.
He needs to be up front where he's going to be more of a threat.
That one rolls out, and it will be Ankeny ball here off the throw-in. But again, they only got two guys. Okay, I was going to say way back there. I was going to say they didn't have anybody up if they wanted to make a run.
The only player I saw up there was Ty Newhard.
Near side, knocked right up down the far touch line. Here comes Ankeny trying to do something with it. Centennial's going to go backwards here to Kruger. On the ground to Jimenez. Jimenez takes one off the face. Now going to stop and weigh his options. He's got a man up ahead. Here comes a chance for Ankeny, but it's just bounced off his chest a little far, and Kruger has it easily.
See, that was Ty Newhard. As you saw Benj's run go across the line, he wasn't going to get the ball. Great piece of skill from Jimenez. Newhard peeling off the back, off the shoulders of the defenders. Open space, should have done better with that. Kruger, great play, high line. But I tell you what, if Newhard had that ball under control, he could have scored.
Younger brother of Lucas Newhard had an all-time moment in this match a couple years ago with the overtime game-winning goal. I believe went to Grandview to play soccer, if I'm not mistaken. Jimenez trying to get moving, hits the ground. They're going to have a card. Oh, red card. Is that red or yellow?
No, that's yellow.
Yellow, okay. I was going to say.
I was going to say.
Hit the light really weird where I was looking.
If there was a red card, I'll be Caleb Murray.
So Murray is the one called. Well, so you get a free kick. The wind is headed towards you here if you're Ankeny.
3 players over here where the free kick's taken.
Kloviak's the one to send it. On the way. Knocked out by Centennial. I believe Nathang got in there and was the first one to do it. Boy, he has been a pain in Ankeny's side tonight. He has on the back line.
Yeah, he's been really good tonight, Nathang. He's done the right things.
Garrett Christensen working his way up the pitch, but drives it right into a herd of Ankeny defenders. But he got his way back up. Christensen's going to fire and misses to the right. I think eyes got wide.
Great tackle there.
But it was last touched by a Hawk, so corner kick upcoming here for Centennial.
Jack Krosky coming across.
They've already scored off one. So buckle up. Duax will set himself up here.
Are we in for a piece of magic? Another trick up the sleeve here from Duax? I think so.
It's a little long, dropped in, and Ankeny did not touch it.
Every set piece has been dangerous so far.
And they've all looked good. I mean, obviously they were able to score on the one, but Centennial playing very aggressive there. Almost looked like Ava Martin's chance there in the girls' game. Jags got to like their spot here. Oh, tripped over his own feet was Brazo. Bodies collide, and Ankeny will get it back. Under 30 to go in this one. Look at Jimenez. Jimenez playing keep away.
Jimenez has done extremely well. There are four white jerseys around him.
But he went too far ahead. Has not a chance there to go get it by Loader. There's Benj.
They're going to try and pull him down or something. Oh, he should have carried on his run. He likes to bring it onto his right foot. Carries on his run out of your picture.
Krosky.
It's good defending there from Centennial.
Yeah, all things considering.
They're just taking care of business there in the middle third, getting numbers around the ball.
Had a great chance. Long ball, Benj up ahead. He's got a chance. He heads it down in front for himself, but it's knocked around. Nicely done. Was that Brazo again? No, it was Maddox Rash.
Yeah, Maddox Rash, Nathang, all three of them around the ball, including Warrendorf. But there, Ben's cutting onto his right foot. He has his fan club here as well.
Hawks trying to do all they can to keep this within 2. If you get 1, you're right back in it. Jags trying to play keep away on the far line. And that one goes wide. Was it touched? No, it was not.
Oh, I'd say at least get a corner out of that.
Yeah, that's... Can't tell who that was over there. Whistle is blown. I don't know what for.
Landon needs to cut off the angle there because they can now switch it. Got to force it one way. That's offside. I saw it from here.
Offside, as you said. First offside of the night for Ankeny Centennial. Ankeny's had about 3 or 4.
So Slamovic was in an offside position to receive it in an onside position.
Didn't hate his chances there. Long boot by Gloviak. Nobody's home for Ankeny.
There's bound to be one that will drop short. Just got to get onto the second ball.
Gonna be there eventually. Good turn. Kruger comes up and gets it. Drops down to the ground.
Kill some time. That's what the keepers do. New 8-second rule coming out. I don't know if you've heard about that.
Explain that. I have not.
So, if the goalkeeper holds onto the ball for 8 seconds or more, it'll be a corner kick to the opponent.
So, in that case, was it... That felt like more than 8 seconds.
Yeah, in that case. Now,
I didn't know if it was like once he dropped down on it, is that 8 seconds, or when he picks it up and then he can throw it?
As soon as he's got the ball in his hand,
Gotcha.
8 seconds.
Interesting. Ankeny fans were counting the seconds. You can hear them on our crowd mic. They were saying, I think that's more.
Used to be 6 seconds in an indirect free kick. Nobody really implemented it.
No. I don't think I've ever seen it.
Look at that combination there. Brilliant.
Centennial trying to move here. That's going to possibly drop in the lap here for De La Cuba. But Ankeny clears. Jimenez gets it taken away for the moment. Knocked out, and it will be Centennial ball.
Brecken Allen, I believe, doing a job out there.
Yep.
On Jimenez. He's quick as well.
Our wind has died down a little bit. At least it feels like it.
Yeah, just looking at the corner flags. Well, they're wrapped around them.
No use.
Poles anyway, so.
Centennial trying to go for something here on the far corner. That's going to roll out. What is it going to be? It's going to be
goal
kick. Just over 25 minutes to go here in this one. Centennial holds the lead 2-0. Not comfortable by any means, but the Hawks just really haven't gotten as many opportunities as the Jags have.
Still lots of time.
Right.
You know, I'm seeing some promising moments here from
much
Ankeny
better.
Hawks. Yeah, definitely.
Much better here in the second half. They go to the escape valve there to
It's well played by Kruger.
Will. Hawks ball here off the throw in.
Throw in, Hawks.
Get it here to this far side. There you go.
Great ball.
Something for the time being for Ganal. Ganal right there, and Kruger jumps on top of it.
Rush, great defending. Shielding the ball into Kruger with Ganal just eluding over his shoulder. Did enough.
There goes your countdown from the small student section that's here. A chance for Duax. Can he get around one? No, he can't. It's going to be knocked out. Who are they going to give this to? They're going to give it to Centennial. So Tate will throw in. Nope. Yep, he did. It was quick.
It's a nice flick around the corner.
They center and just high for Garrett Christensen. Had a good look. Dockendorf will come out and kick this one back.
Nathang doing enough there, just nodding the ball down.
Jimenez going to send that one up the pitch, and chasing after it is Cabot. 2-on-1 though, it's going to be a tough task. That one's turned on. Benj with it here. Can he turn it? No.
Penalty, I saw that. Ben, no?
No call.
Looked like the ref
he
sounded
pointed.
like he blew his whistle
well, that's
and point.
Yeah, but
that's the only reason why I said it.
I don't know. You got to throw in. Jimenez back to the middle, now over. What's that going to be out on? Is that going to be Centennial ball?
Been impressed with Jimenez. He's done the right thing, skillful.
Well, let's take a look. We do have a replay of contact there on
good ball play.
Benj.
Benj does well to keep it. He turns it up. Well won there by the defender. I believe that's Max Rush. Did a great job. Yeah. Got his foot to it, cleared it. Just the way the ref got down on his knees and was pointing towards it. Was like he was pointing at the penalty spot. That's why I reacted.
I don't know.
Great defending, though.
That one off the head of Brazo. They're getting handsy. You can just tell. Stoppage there. Free kick for Gloviak.
Max Rush is glued to Benji out of your picture.
That's the first time tonight Gloviak has not sent that thing the length of the field. Benj trying to get
another
an advantage.
Good tackle. That's a good tackle. If he's going to give that, it was in the penalty area. That he won that. It was actually one there. I thought it was a good tackle. But I'm surprised. Look at this again. Great ball played in. Benj with the touch. He's pulled down in the penalty area.
But yeah, he called it back
here. He called it out, yeah. So he's calling
Boy, were they even out there? I don't know.
He's calling the initial pull, but the ball was one in the penalty
yeah.
area. The ball was one in the penalty area. Now, if you're going to give it, it was the penalty.
Right. So it is no PK. It's just going to be a free kick here for Jimenez. Jimenez fires and misses to the right.
Jimenez should have taken his time. Nothing wrong with the strike.
No. But if you're Centennial, you might have gotten away with one. Long boot. Back the other way, it's going to roll out. Ankeny ball. Hawks, definitely the pressure is up. Here goes Benj, trying to work his way through traffic, and that one's going to drop in.
Told you, it was a matter of time before Landon Benj would get on the end of one, and that's all he needed. We see this again. Time and time again, he'll be a threat. If you watch this again, down the middle. Great piece of play there. Look at that disguise pass. Nathang didn't want to foul him, but he gets between the two defenders. Will Kruger comes out, he just slots it. That's where his quality. One goal in it now.
Kruger came so far up. The official, I don't know who that was for Ankeny Centennial, was just trying to get the ball. Ankeny was going after the ball, trying to use it, and the official came flying in there trying to make sure there wasn't a fight. There was no fight. It was just
Ankeny wanted to get the ball back to the
let's get moving.
Line. Let's get going. And I saw Nathang was going to put in a tackle. You can see he just pulled up because he didn't want to give away a penalty. He saw his cover coming across in Warrendorf.
Kruger came very far up trying to meet it.
Will Kruger, I mean, if you're going to come up, you're going to have to.
You got to get it.
So there's the split save. It hits your foot. He didn't really do that, but you got to commit yourself.
That has Ben's 7th goal on the season.
And that's where Benj is dangerous.
And just like that, we're back within 1.
But it was the assist. The reverse pass was absolutely immaculate. Pinpoint, split the lines.
Centennial trying to respond. Again, if you don't know the rule change, there's no overtime in the regular season. So obviously you can't think of OT. It's either going to be a tie or you're going to lose. Benj racing up ahead again, but he got too far ahead, and Kruger's going to hop on top of it.
We have Benj's fan club just down below us. They're counting the
yeah, they go. I'm telling you, I think that first one might have been longer than 8 seconds.
Oh, it was. Definitely.
This game's getting a little physical.
As it goes on, with the crowd behind them.
Free kick here for Ankeny.
Benji hounding the back line. Gloviak with the 70-yard free kicks. It's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
Not quite there. Got a slight deflection.
Jimenez up ahead. Benj right there. Kruger jumps on top of it.
Jimenez is doing so well. So well. He's creating in the midfield. That ball played through. Credit to Will Kruger. Timing was good.
I can tell you what, ever since the crowd started counting, he's getting that ball out quicker. He's not sitting on that thing longer. Do not want to give up a free corner kick. Ball's bounced out. That's going to be Ankeny ball. The momentum has just
Max Rush
shifted. It's quite wild. Jimenez couldn't save it. Centennial ball.
I always said 2-goal lead is not enough. I wouldn't have played that ball.
Ooh, that's a cross one across the field. Ankeny, though, I don't think he quite knew what he wanted to do. Taken back away, though, by Krosky, but no one is there on the other side.
Krosky went the wrong way. Should have continued the same way. He had options to his right. Benji made an early run.
Murray bounced it up in the air. Benj, a lot of contact there.
He does that so well. He gets down low and he just swivels around defenders.
Werdendorf was right there. Ankeny gets a throw in here off the long ball. 16:50 to go here at Ankeny Stadium. Finishing things out. Oh, might be a bad spot here.
Kloviak.
Garrett Christensen almost got him on the wrong side. Ankeny continuing to roll. Down on the far line. And whistle is blown.
This is going to be dangerous.
That was Keaton Cabot who hits the ground.
Keaton Cabot did well cutting in. I saw Landon Benz just out of your picture, running off the shoulders, just away from defenders.
Now this kick will go into the wind, and I mean right into the wind.
It's going to be an outswinger
for Cabot. They're already hand fighting here, trying to get an advantage. Here's the kick by Cabot. It's a flat one, and it's knocked out.
Nobody on the end of it, just needed a flick.
Nicely done by Centennial's Garrett Christensen.
Not the type of ball Christensen should have played in a diagonal and behind.
Dockendorf way out of the goal, going to come up and send this one away. Centennial ball.
Momentum changing in the way of Ankeny.
It has.
A little more energy.
Crowd,
it's amazing what a goal can do.
Crowd's into it a little bit more. They keep trying a couple things. Seeing if it'll work out. Ball switching sides here over to Maddox Rash. Andrew Loader was there for a second, sent right back up to the middle. Up ahead to Duax, too hard. Goal kick upcoming for Dockendorf.
Brecken Allen looking for Duax. But again, this is when you need someone to come into the space. The game's opening up now. Max.
In for the Jaguars, number 21, Max Rush.
Max Rush is in
Replacing number 5, Mason
for
Goebel.
Mason Goebel. Boy, we haven't called Goebel's name really at all here in this second half. A bit of a quieter half. Globiak with it there for a second now to McMillan. Jimenez has had a couple good minutes here. That ball's going to roll long, and Will Kruger will come up and get it.
They've got to press as a team if they're going to go. Landon goes.
Ooh, great passing. Duax trying to get around Gloviak. But man, his speed, I tell you what, has been able to keep up with Duax in those type of situations, step for step.
Gloviak, he's good in the midfield as well.
Yeah.
You know, so if you need something, he ties it down, you get him in the midfield. He likes to get forward. He scores goals as well. He's done it at a club level.
Headed to McKendree University to play soccer. He's also a basketball player, worth noting.
I know that.
How much time does that take away from?
Yeah. He's dedicated, though.
I love multi-sport athletes.
Is he Ty Newhart coming back in?
Mates Construction Company, Olive Garden, Sam Dean Photography, Sports Page Grill, The Concrete Company, The Insurance Station, Teriyaki House.
Still a little bit of time here for Ankeny. 12:20 to go. Gonna have a throw in here for the Hawks. Substitution coming in. Ty Newhart, like you said, in for Camden.
For the Hawks, number 19, Ty Newhart, replacing.
See if they can switch. They need to get players in between lines and possession. Yeah, there's huge gaps. This is where Ankeny could expose Centennial.
That one drops out. Gonna be.
But they keep looking to go long, so
yeah.
it's not happening. Centennial will look to slow the game now.
I'm going to throw in here. And if you're Ankeny, I mean, you've played pretty well, all things considering, in the second half. You're just going to look at those 2 goals in the first half and just really be thinking, man, what could have been.
Yeah, a game of 2 halves, you know.
Yeah.
Did the job in the first half. This 1 goal is just not, it's not enough.
No.
They need some security. They need to secure another goal.
And nobody wants to tie, but really for Ankeny, that's what you'd be looking for here.
Yeah.
Throw in by the Jags. And knocked out. Going to be a corner kick for Ankeny Centennial.
That's well played by Brazo.
This isn't ideal for Ankeny because almost all corner kicks tonight for Centennial have almost led to goals.
Yep.
So Duax will have a chance again. Here he goes, on the way. Header high.
Again, very dangerous, good corner. Yeah.
He is one of the better I've seen in the state. Like, if he's in the corner, that thing's going to get in a good spot. At least give his team a chance.
Yeah, he's very technical. You know, his passing, his dribbling is precise, as we've seen with the corners. And so this is where the game opens up. You'll see space between the lines, and this is what's happening right here for Ankeny. Brecken Allen, look at him. That's where he's good. He'll cause problems.
Hounding defense.
Yeah.
Possible run-out chance, but a kick that goes just a little long there for Ankeny on the far line.
Credit to Nathang, did very well to come across and win that.
Allen was right there as well. Now Benj comes down a little bit further, trying to get the ball in his hands.
It's a good press from
Duax with it here. Got a player down. That's Maddox Rash. Centennial, though, they're not going to call a stoppage because they're in a pretty good spot here. That one's going to roll out, though, and there's going to be your stoppage. So an injury timeout on the field.
Well, he had to play advantage there because the momentum was going Centennial's way. Good ball from Duax across the area.
Maddox Rash is the one down. Looked like cramp most likely on that left thigh.
Plus everything else in the cold weather.
Yeah, that doesn't help. So 9:07 to go here in this one. As Rash will be helped off, walking on his own power here. Coming up later this week on the Central Iowa Sports Network, don't forget to tune in Friday at 7:30. Johnston takes on Waukee Northwest on the boys' soccer side at Northwest Stadium.
That'll be a good match.
Should be a good one.
Yep. Yeah. Are you on the game?
I am not. I am not.
You didn't get the nod, huh?
I didn't get the nod. If I had to take, yeah, I think it's John Schaefer, I think, is the man who we're going to have at the game.
See, Goebbels come in place of Maddox.
A little awkward off the head of Ty Newhard.
Yeah, he could have controlled that with his feet.
Clock is ticking here for Ankeny. Centennial trying to make a run up here. A chance for Brazo. Knocked out, another corner kick.
Did well there again. Set pieces, corners. I'm looking at Centennial right now. Out of your picture, they got 4 players back. Is that what you need to deal with Benj on the counter-attack?
Possibly.
Another one going.
Yep, so here is Duax. It's been so good tonight. This one on the way and headed up by Jimenez. That one it was probably his shortest corner kick of the night.
You see the recovery of all the white jerseys getting back to win the ball.
Couple subs. Kingston
Number 24, Kingston
Ukpabu. Kingston Ukpabu going to check in for Ankeny. Hawks trying to go on a run out here. Murray clears for the time being. Drops into Duax's lap. Ankeny's on top of it.
I think they made the change. Ukpabu. Kingston's gone into the back line.
Yep.
Gloviak's gone forward now, so they're going for it. But they need to go for the second ball and third ball because Benj is bringing 3 players with him.
Yeah, that time he had 4 white jerseys. Centennial now with a chance. Shot on goal is going to miss to the right on an attempt by, I believe that was Maddox Rash.
Rash should have held on to that.
Or it could have been Kruger. One of the two. Ankeny's going to try to keep pushing here. 6.5 to go in this one.
There's the ball. Looks offside.
Up ahead.
It's offside.
And not enough.
Yeah,
Andrew
it was
Loader. I don't know if he would have gotten there. It would have been close up against Kruger, but official saying something to, I assume, Loader. Could hear it kind of on the mic there. Trying to keep him in line. That's his job.
So Parbia into the back line. Glovak moving further up the field, as you can see, he's going into the challenges.
2 players collide. They're on the far line. Throw in here for Ankeny, trying to move quick. Out, Ankeny ball. Feel like this is going to be one of their last couple chances here. Jimenez instead goes backwards with it. Krosky. Near side to Michael Sage. Or excuse me, Ty Newhard.
He should have dealt with that. Too casual.
Jimenez got around 1. Got around 2. Now a race to the corner. Benj is right there. It's out, and it will be a goal kick.
Blake, I have a feeling this is going to be a nail biter.
You do?
I have a good feeling about it.
Well. Ankeny's going to stay on top of it here. Benj, can he get the bounce that he wants? Caught up in the middle. Working his way through traffic. Can't do it. Got tripped for a second.
Still finds a way.
Yeah. Ankeny still holding on. Everybody hitting the ground. Now Centennial going to try to go on a run out. To the middle. A little bit of a weak kick. Still drops in the right lap. Here's Duax, who's offsides.
The initial ball earlier on should have been kept out there. Find a way to get to the corner flag and slow it down, especially with this momentum.
Loader across the field. Handball. Ankeny Centennial. Free kick here for Cal Wahlberg. Watch Benj over here. He's out of your screen, but Benj is waiting along with Jimenez. Need a big kick here by Wahlberg. It's on the way, and the header is missed. Just a little there.
Just by a hair.
Yeah, I mean, literally. I mean, almost had it. Under 4 minutes.
There's no rule on this, though.
I was going to say, don't tell the fans that. Kingston was there in the middle, and a handball is called. Time's running out. 3:32 to go. If the Hawks want to make this thing a tie game.
There's going to be no rush. I had a feeling it was going to go short.
Mason Goebel. Back to the middle.
If you need someone to slow it down and put his foot on the ball, De La Cruz will do it for you.
Hawks get it back. Couple legs get together here. Ankeny's got to clear. And they do with Jack Krosky. Centennial's right there. They're just going to keep going back and forth here. Don't want to get off sides.
Good defending. Just Sit a player in front of the back four.
They got a chance here around the corner. Not enough, a little too hard. Goal kick upcoming, 2:46 to go here in this one. Dockendorf sends it long. Jags on top of it. Duax with the chance and can't turn it right, but they will get a corner kick upcoming.
Also take some time off the clock.
Yeah,
run it
that'll
down.
be very helpful, and you can see Duax is going to take his sweet time. So Duax will go over here and set up his corner kick. They're just going to go short. Play his defense. Knocked out. Centennial likes the spot they're in. Ankeny's probably only going to get one more chance, if that. They'll play shielding here on the corner. Still not out. Still not out. Now it's out. Now it's a corner.
They'll continue to do this just to wind the clock down.
This is always tense at state tournaments, these type of moments when they just hold in the corner.
Then 5 out of your picture, just sitting on the halfway line.
They're just chilling. They're hanging out.
Yep.
All right, this most likely will be the last chance Ankeny gets here. 1:25 to go. They're going to have to start taking some chances. Allen kicks it high. They're going to keep it in bounds. Good play by Centennial, or by Ankeny. And a foul is going to be called on Ukpabu.
It's good time management. Kill the clock.
Free kick here for Centennial. As the clock continues to move, under a minute to go.
I wouldn't commit that many players.
I was going to say.
Send a few more out. What skill.
Run out here. Centennial might go for a goal. Nope, they missed the chance there. Ball is sent long. Will Kruger is going to come up and kick it. 38 seconds. Jimenez sends it up to the far line. Now over to the other side. Gloviak. Can he get a chance? Weaving through traffic, didn't get it.
Should have released it. I'm surprised he did that.
Murray sent it long. Ankeny trying to save it. 15 seconds. Shot attempt by Duax is going to go to the left. It's not going to matter. It is a win for Ankeny Centennial. They score 2 in the first and don't look back. They defeat the Ankeny Hawks 2-1 is your score, and they take the rivalry victory this season, avenging last year's heartbreaking loss. And great goals by Tate Duax, and Brock Brazo. Final thoughts on this one. Great night of soccer. Ankeny Centennial sweeps the night.
Entertaining both ways. Well deserved. I think the first half performance from Centennial put the icing on the cake. Again, quality stuff. Game management in the end here to wind the clock down. Well deserved. A double over last year. Revenge.
Absolutely. We appreciate Isaiah and Marion, our cameraman and camerawoman, for braving the conditions here tonight. For our producer, Aaron, he's Justin Forrester. I'm Blake Walker saying so long from Ankeny Stadium. Thank you for watching the Central Iowa Sports Network.